Yeah.
Hey guys, JBot here. Let me tell you about MightyBotStudio.com. Now, MightyBotStudio.com is a hub for all of my content, including my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. On top of that, we have a MightyBot Studio store where you can go and order yourself a pint glass, you can get a mug, we have multiple hoodies, t-shirts, and hat designs. So make sure if you guys haven't checked it out already, visit MightyBotStudio.com. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. This is your man J-Bot. You're watching the Wednesday night art jam. We have some guests in the back, so we're not going to mess around too long. Make sure you check out MightyBotStudio.com. Make sure you check out my Twitter, my Instagram, and my store where you get sweet sweaters like this, sweet hats like that, and more stickers and all types of stuff to come. We're rocking the double lights today so you guys can see everything. I'm half blind, so you guys are going to have to work with me. I got to get some 40 watts instead of 60 watts. These things are crazy. We're going to go ahead in order of appearance of people who popped in on the back. We actually have a packed house for you guys. I'm so stoked, dude. This is great. So let's go ahead and start bringing on some guests, and I'm just going to start popping these guys in here, and let's go ahead and do it. First off, my man Hocky, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, g'day everyone, I'm Hocky, that Hocky, it's good to be here with you, yeah!
All right, and then let's see who we got. We got Rob Wilson. What is up, my man?
What's going on, guys? How y'all living?
All right, we're hanging in there, and then Chris Fisk. Hey, buddy, long time no see, man.
Oh, hello, konbanwa, Dasko. How's it going, man?
All right. Appreciate you guys being here. And then we got another one in the back. Eric Hodson, what is up? The dreaded dinosaur man himself.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good to see you again. Come on, arigato.
All right. So, plan is usually with the art jam. Let's see if usually we get some suggestions from the chat and stuff. But I'm thinking since we have a packed house today, maybe we all will add a little something to the pot, see what we get. And then that's what we'll be drawing tonight. Or another option is if you guys are working on projects, we can just work on our projects, whatever you guys want to do. I'll kind of leave it up to you. I can go either way. So what do you guys think?
I'm project full. Yeah, I've been working on stuff for like the past 2 hours, and
so is that no project stuff?
Oh yes, projects.
Oh yes, project.
I'm working on project stuff. I can't stop.
Well, can you show it? Like, I know it's your project stuff. I mean, if you can't show it, I mean, not that we don't mind looking at your pretty face, Rob, but
I can show it occasionally.
What about you, Hocky? What you thinking, my man?
For some stupid reason in my head, because you said art jam, I had jam in my head. And I was going, how do I draw something with jam? Are they spreading jam on toast? Are they wearing it as a clothing? I don't know. I was going, that's a really
the idea of art jam is
anyway.
So the idea of the art jam is just, just hanging out like back. I don't know if you, like growing up, I always had friends that kind of drew a bit, and we'd just come over, we'd listen to music, and then we'd just draw on the dining room table. And literally like on the dining room table, but like on paper on the dining room table, So that's kind of what I'm trying to bring back here. So Rob says project. Hockey says let's draw some jam.
I just thought, oh my gosh. I wanted to play on the word, and draw playing on the word, but I thought, no, that's a really stupid idea.
Okay. Eric, what do you think, bud?
I'm just down to hang out and do some drawing. I don't really care what we're doing.
Okay.
I needed that fellow art nerd hangout time. Sounded good.
Okay. Absolutely. And Chris, I'm gonna have you weigh in since you're a guest. What do you think we should do, man?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to draw. I kind of have gimpy hands now. But
listen, man, I'm sick of your excuses, man. It's bullshit.
Oh, you got to drop nuke on me because I'm up in the Oriental.
How gimpy are they?
Peripheral nerve damage. I got the perpetual lock. As soon as I I try to sign my name. My hand turns into a kung fu chop for about a week.
Dang.
Mm. See, I was wondering if digital or doing some kind of like touchpad or something like that might help with that, or even like something on a finger or something that you can just that's like stylus stuff that you can. I mean, I don't know, just brainstorming.
Well, I like I work a lot on computers for my day job, and I got a vertical mouse, and those things are a lifesaver, man. Because a vertical mouse allows you to use gross motor control instead of like your mouse wrist and all that stuff. And I'm actually this is kind of scary, but I've actually kind of ventured into coloring now.
Okay.
So somebody's asking me to kind of prove my mettle by coloring one of their pages, and I'm almost finished it, and I'm like terrified, like, oh man, is this going to be one of those things where they're like, that's nice, we're going to put it on the refrigerator right there, you know?
Was that English or Australian, Chris?
I don't know. I think it's probably I don't know, probably the English in me, but yeah. There we go.
There we go.
The
stream's over, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
It's all about the strawberry jam.
That's how we got. Well, what we can do, I'm thinking, of course, Rob, you want to work on your stuff. Hey, man, that's cool. No problem, man. Just it's mainly just to hang out and stuff and kind of make things interesting, especially if people are working on projects and you want to just kind of, shoot the shit and brainstorm or something like that. We can do something totally goofy. So I'm down to draw whatever. Eric's down to draw whatever. Hockey, I take it you're down. You already got Jam, so you got that out of your system now. I'm figuring that you're down to draw whatever.
You know me. I like randomized stuff is my bread and butter and jam. So
and jam. I'm thinking that Chris and Rob come up with something for us to draw.
Yeah. Now come up with it independently, and then we'll combine the two together.
We can do that. Yeah, exactly. 2 ideas, and we're gonna put them together.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to influence each other. So, so once you've got something, I'm up for that.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds exciting.
Sounds fun to me.
No pressure, guys. Just don't suck.
So, quick story. Today, before Twitter shut down, Cocaine Shark was trending on Twitter for some reason.
Cocaine Shark.
Okay.
And I decided to have some fun with it. So here's what I did.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just when you thought it was safe to do blow in the water.
Yeah. Actually, perfect timing. Cocaine Bear comes out this month.
I know, I'm looking forward to that movie.
Yes.
I figured, what the hell? I'll spend all day doing something for fun. Maybe I'll get some more followers on Twitter.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Dude, you should totally make that a print or a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a movie poster, man.
Now that I did this, I want to draw the whole damn book, and I've already got 3 different projects to work on, plus Dinosaur Man. What am I doing to myself?
I want the story of this.
You have the dreaded Dinosaur Man and Cocaine Shark crossover book. Supplemental.
Extinction level event.
Yes.
Oh, man. Dude, that is sweet.
I can dig it.
Crazy.
I'm going to go grab some paper. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go grab some paper, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
This reminds me of something.
With this is the logo that I came up with. It's a shark fin, but there's a line of cocaine right down the bottom.
Breathe it all in.
Has anybody has anybody actually been inspired to make a comic book based on an image? You know what I mean? Like this is giving like a story. I want to know who this AK-47 wielding dude is.
Indeed. Oh man!
I've already got a rough idea of kind of how I want the story to go. I'm thinking like it starts out with a Coast Guard raid of an actual shipment, and like these two and another guy, they grab whatever they can on stash wise, and they get in the lifeboat and they get out in the ocean in the dark. It's morning. They're drifting. They don't know where they're at. There's a huge like the 2 males getting in an argument, and the one dude with the AK kills him, and so there's blood in the water. That attracts the shark. The shark somehow gets the blow into his system and he goes crazy.
Oh my god. There you go.
So yeah, don't have an ending yet, but
That's
I'm
awesome,
liking it.
Eric. That's awesome. That was great.
Can dig it. Looking forward to it.
Chris, are you showing some stuff right now, bud? You want me to make you big?
Yeah, I guess I'm working on some class layout stuff for my TTRPG that I'm working on.
Yeah. Yeah, like give us some more information on that, man. Now that everybody's hating on Dungeons and Dragons, apparently it's trash now.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was actually shout out to Neff, who basically I can't remember what stream we were on, but he was in the comments and he's like, "Dude, strike while the iron's hot." Like, because I was planning on launching the TTP or TTRPG after I get my books out, my comic books, because it's kind of like the historical primer into the world of the role playing game. And he's like, "Dude, hit it now and hit it hard. Like, get it out there." So I was like, "Okay, well, I'm now in the process of converting." All of my horrible, as you can see, I got these notepad or these Word doc files up here, and now I'm trying to make them all customer facing. So we have kind of a breakdown on some of the classes here. We have three archetypes. Your standard trinity of kind of like the fighter, the rogue, and the spellcaster classes.
Mhm.
And so I'm kind of tossing around some visual ideas for the orange or the red here would represent the fighter archetype. The yellow here would represent the rogue archetype, and then I'm making a third archetype, which would probably be blue or purple, which would be like your spellcasters, so your wizards and your priests and stuff.
Okay.
And I thought, using kind of my UX infographic skills, I thought maybe I could simplify the classes at a glance and be like, well, if I'm a new player and I want to see these little guys, like, give me a really quick pitch of why I should give a crap about a berserker. Why would I want to play one? And I can see, they do a lot of damage. They have almost no defense. They can provide some kind of support for their allies. They have zero utility outside of the battlefield, and they're pretty simple to play. And then it's like, well, what are they good at? Well, they're good at attacking many opponents simultaneously, and they can buff allies and debuff enemies. And then their cons are they basically, they have little regard for defense, and they can basically get turned into meat chunks if they wade into battle and somebody doesn't have their back because they have absolutely no defense. So they just totally vulnerable to arrows and magic and stuff. So you got this like badass guy running at you. It's pretty scary. And then again. Then these are icons that I'm gonna provide like a legend for, like the different attributes for your character, like strength, dexterity, and stuff in Dungeons and Dragons. In this, they're a little different. Like I have something called obviously strength, and then something called euchracy, which is like basically like your constitution. It's your health, determines how many hit points you have. It determines how much stamina you have and stuff like that. So as this class, these are probably your two biggest attributes you want to pimp out. To make sure this guy survives the battle. Whereas somebody like this, who, holy crap, he's maxed out his defense. He's a turtle. He's got pretty decent offense, but nowhere near as good as the Berserker. He's really helpful to his allies. He has a little bit of utility outside of the battlefield, but he's a little bit more complex to play. And you basically see, okay, he's got these other attributes, and he's got something called communication, which is kind of like your command range, your ability to influence people beyond, like within a range around you. And then he's got finesse, which is like your ability to hit a target, kind of like dexterity. So those are your three major attributes to follow. And I just go through that with all of them. So I figured that'd be something fun to work on. Like, I want to be the archer and pet wrangler, or I want to be the rouser and the demoralizer, Hey now.
There you go. Cool. So now when you get this stuff set up and it's ready to go and stuff, I mean, this is just something that you're gonna need like pen and paper, and you can just do it like verbally, just like OG Dungeons and Dragons. Is there any other? Okay, cool. So there is a possibility that we could play this stuff on a stream then.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
If you're let's say you're the DM because you're the mastermind. This is all over my head. I'd be totally down to do that stuff on a stream, man. That'd be great,
man. Yeah, I want to beat the crap out of it too, because I started this back in 1990 as a barely literate dyslexic teenager. So this stuff's been sitting in like storage containers for years. And even though I beta tested it for a couple of decades, I want to make sure that, you know, everybody's got like, we kind of make it watertight before we send it out and start asking people for money. So I'd love to get play testers in there and just beat the crap out of it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Even like I said, we could do it on stream as well, and we'll you know, I'll definitely be down to test that stuff with you. I don't know nothing about D&D or anything like any TTRPGs, but I definitely would like to learn. So yeah, I'd be down to stream that stuff, and we'll iron out the kinks and also kind of help promote it too, since it's going to be coming soon. People can see people playing it. You know, I think that'll be totally cool. You know, totally awesome. And then also you could kind of you can plug the book as well. That's the world that this takes place in, right? Your Infinitale Chronicles.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We get J-Bot the Shinobi.
You know, that shield guy is totally. I'm the shield guy. Anytime I play. Dude, yeah. Anytime I play, I'm playing Monster Hunter right now. I'm using Gun Lance, Dark Souls. I biggest fucking shield you can get. Elden Ring, biggest fucking shield you can get, man. Tons of health, tons of endurance, man. That's how I play. I like taking the big hits and just blocking them and shrugging them off. Be like, nah, son.
yeah, because that way you can say my turn after they're done with their beating on you, and you're like, guess what? I'm still standing.
Yeah, like I'll take it. You guys hit him. I got it. You're like, oh, that's okay.
Awesome.
I'm the bard. Man. So is there a bard? Because I'm the bard.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Definitely for sure. We could set that up. I'm 100% serious, dude. I'm stoked.
Yeah, this would be.
Where can we get your book, Chris?
Well, currently we have the first Infinitale Chronicles book. You can get it at infinitelechronicles.com. It's actually on Amazon, but I decided to create a website that's kind of like a central hub. So if I decide that I don't like how Amazon's handling it and I want to go somewhere else, I can actually change that link without having to change the whole URL.
Okay. Cool. Let's hopefully I spelled that right, because I'm going to drop a. I totally did not spell that right.
It's the word infinite, and then it's a portmanteau, so infinite tail, and you just at that part of the T you stop saying infinite, and then it's just tail.
Okay. Oh, I did tail like a mouse tail.
Tail
or tails?
Just tail. One
just
E
tail?
And then Chronicles. Yep. I know it's such a god awful long. I ended up losing the domain for Infinitale itself, just the Infinitale. I actually still have Infinitale RPG and InfinitaleChronicles.com, but the domain lapsed, and some guy grabbed it and he's like, "Yeah, give me $5,000," and I'm like, "Yeah, why don't you die in a fire?"
Oh, what a dirtbag!
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah, let's go kick his ass. This is good. Kick his ass. Maybe like the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. I'm out there. Are you Leet Dude 74?
All right, cool. So then we'll do InfinitaleChronicles.com. Check out the book, and that's going to be leading up. That's kind of your primer for this TTRPG. People are sick of whoever Wizards of the Coast or whatever. I don't know too much. I'm a normie when it comes to this stuff, but all I know is that my customers because I own a game store, video game store, and they kind of cross the genres, or the audience crosses both. And so a lot of people are like, dude, because once we start talking about comics, it's just oh yeah, then the same stuff's happening to them too, and they're in their their Dungeons and Dragons, and I guess the same thing's starting to happen in Warhammer 40K and stuff too. So.
Oh god, I know.
Yeah, so they're ready. They're ready. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna pivot over it. Let's pick it over. Let's pivot over. To Eric. Eric, where can we see your stuff? What kind of stuff you got going down the pipeline? Let's plug your Dreaded Dinosaur Man.
Yeah, Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoon and Global Comics and Tapas. That's number one. Number two, we just pretty much recently announced Merkmaid. It's a pixel trader, myself and Piper. So it's Ariel, the little Merkmaid.
Nice.
Starting pre-production on that. And I'm also, if you want to like Mess Bucket Comics, that's one of my publishers, and we're doing the British Bulldog comic.
Oh, cool.
And, so I got to get back to work on that one. That's the follow-up to the Roddy Piper one.
Two
legends
back to back.
Hell yeah.
British Bulldog never got enough credit, man. That guy was amazing.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. Finished American Bliss, so that's coming out for Genuine Comics. That should be printing next month. And
Okay.
start fulfillment. So
Cool. Now is that going to be kicked? I know that was Indiegogo, I think, right?
that was Indiegogo, got shadow banned, and Dave decided to just go ahead and end it once we got. I think we got to 10K.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decided to go ahead and just take it down. And once that book is fulfilled to the backers, he's going to start putting all of his books on the Genuine Comics website so people can buy it. So once we've fulfilled Bliss, then anybody who missed out because we couldn't go into demand for very long is going to be able to get it off the Genuine Comics website.
Cool. I feel like that's the future. Having your, you did your crowdfunding, which is cool, but now that the book is complete, having that available for everybody, because there's so much stuff that comes and goes in terms of crowdfunding and being in this space that it's hard to back everything just financially. It's tough, and then B, like, you see something after the fact, you're like, oh shit, I want that. And I bet you know what I mean? And a lot of people miss out. And I think having that book available is it's a no-brainer in my opinion. So no, that's an awesome way to go. And that's one I missed out on. I couldn't fund at the time, but I definitely do want to pick up America Bliss because the premise of it sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've got a wish list I am putting together for issue 2 through 5, some of the things that I want to see happen for Odin, but the whole overarching story is exciting. I can't wait to start issue 2.
Awesome. Oh, hey, here we go. Comics with Drew. I don't know why he's not in here, but we'll forgive him this time. Hey guys, promise next week I will have a page I am working on for the stream. Work just kicked my ass today. I hear you. He's making fun of me right there with my pick a pivot over. All right. All right. I guess if you're not in the stream, you can talk smack.
All right, so what are we drawing?
All right, yeah, let's get started. Hockey, anything you want to plug real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started. If Rob and Chris, whoever wants to start first, I'm gonna say Chris, I want you to throw out an idea, and then Rob, I want you to throw out an idea. But let's plug some hockey stuff.
Me. I'm actually gonna plug other people because I don't have anything myself. But it is stuff that I have artwork in. So Frog G is a comic book by Jason Bascom and Ink Spots. And I've got a little trading card in there, so I'll promote that one. Go check that out. It is shadow banned, so if you search on Google, you have to go through another site to find it. So Frog G. Voodoo Gods and Magic. So go check out that one. I've got a training card. Also, Ali Sanguiz, my partner in crime on the weekends for the Ali and Hockey show. Her book is finally out. Holy smokes! Been in waiting for that one. Egg Beater. Egg Beater is out, and I've got some trading cards in that. Also, there is going to be a special tier coming in the next week. That I will be involved in, so check that out. Cool. Yeah, so go have a look at Egg Beater and and see. It's not very big comic. It's pretty cheap, so I think it's only 24 pages. Costs about $15. And there's a few trading cards from me, some other things by other wonderful artists, and even Dean James has put something in.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Cool. Comics with Drew, guys. We have to get off of Indiegogo. I agree. I think we're gonna have to do our own stuff. I think whatever I do, I think first I'm gonna do a test on Amazon, put a little project together, throw it up there, and see what happens, see how the print to ship works and all that stuff, and then take it from there. So, but yeah, I don't trust this Indiegogo, Kickstarter, this stuff. I mean, anytime someone can sneeze and it could change. So. You don't have that much control, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hopefully fund my comic when they get ready to do a full launch.
And who's putting that together?
Luke
Eric?
Stone's kind of spearheading it, but he's got an actual coding studio. Ceridem, I think, is the name of the company that's putting together. And the last info I've heard is that there's some features that are giving them some hiccups with rollout, so they're trying to work those out before they can do a full launch. But It'll be a non-cancelable platform as much as possible. So
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, almost like you could even do it almost like a pre-order too, and not even like a crowd fund.
right.
Even something like that's totally possible as well, and give more options. And people might be more comfortable with that if you're like, yeah, hey, listen, you're pre-ordering this book, it's gonna come out. You're ordering your copy or something. If that's a possibility too, sometimes I know it's tough with writers having to pay artists and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
a person like myself, which I'd probably do everything myself anyway, that's probably more of a feasible outcome for me. But then again, I'm not a full-time artist, so
One of the reasons why I don't have a print Dreaded Dinosaur Man book yet is, one, I haven't reached the point in the webtoon where the book will make sense. Number two, I don't want to start crowdfunding something unless that book's almost done.
Amen, brother.
Because that's the way the
Amen.
tide has changed. The days of somebody putting up a cool cover in like 3 pages and saying, "Oh yeah, I want to make this." Those days are gone. You're not going to fund.
yeah,
Unless you're asking
it's
for
tough.
like $400, you might fund with that. But
Yeah, and even then too, it's a shame that you can't have somebody like, let's say, I mean, it could be like a total, like, Dale Keown, or like, you know what I mean, like John Byrne is drawing this thing, and here's a writer, and here's 3 pages. You can't even like trust somebody of that caliber anymore of if the book's gonna come out, just because there's so many moving parts that you're just like, am I gonna get this book? Like, I don't know. So other people ruined it for everybody else. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's-
Chris,
It's kind of a shame that that's the case, because the whole idea of Indiegogo and Kickstarter is to be able to get funding to be able to do these projects. So
yes,
yeah, it's a real shame that that's the nature of it.
Mhm.
People aren't going to back stuff that's not pretty much going to come out very soon. So
yeah, it's turned into money up front now in order to get anything done.
Yeah.
some people
what
ruined
you
it.
said is a pre-order. That's a pre-order.
Mhm.
it's a pretty
Yeah.
Be like, the book is
God.
50% done. We just have to finish the other 50% and then do the color or whatever. And then you're like, okay, like you have to have some kind of stuff done with it. Not like, here's a concept. Here's 2 covers that I have from so and so, and I have a page like that. Yeah, that's not flying. So Chris, hit us with your idea, man, so we can get started.
All right, so I just want to give a shout out again to Neff, man. Dude, I got his Mavericks in today, and I swear to God, that thing like probably would give me a hernia. It was like, I mean, obviously I'm being hyperbolic here, but that sucker is a big boy. That thing was over 10 pounds, and yeah, I don't envy like the him and Freak Girl trying to put, like, you get 10 of those in a card, you got a human body. But yeah, that's my latest one. I'm wondering if maybe a good draw thing might be, what's your favorite recently backed or recently read comic, and is there a character that you'd like to kind of do in your style?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, and you want to add to that, Rob? What else we got?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I guess it's supposed to be 2 totally different ideas that gets combined, right?
Or or something that you want to add to that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I like to stay original, so that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to bring to the forefront. However, before I do, I definitely, since everybody had something to promote here, I definitely want to go ahead and share my stuff.
Yes. It is Black History Month, so Rob gets to advertise.
You got me.
Dude, I bet you Rob's so over these damn jokes, dude.
I mean, well, hey, I'm 40 years old. Is it time to laugh? Is it time to
right. I had to get, I can't let 80s do it all the time. I got to get more in there.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm
hey,
surprised there still is a Black History Month, considering the the trans thing is, I think it was a week, a day, then a week, then now a month. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the whole year. So everything else is going to be wiped out. Sorry. So get it in while you can. So
Yeah.
All right, what were we promoting for you, bud? Oh, here we go. I thought somebody else joined. I was like, oh,
all
it's
right.
Rob.
So,
All right.
Oh, nice.
My name's Rob Wilson. I do a lot of art, predominantly digital right now. Loving life, and all that kind of stuff. So I got a whole list of stuff that I'm on. I'm in the dark spaces of the internet that some artists don't go, such as Twitch, form Discord and stuff, in which I put my art there. kind of have it in a vault since I'm kind of on the AI art paranoia type thing. But I do have here, I got a merch shop on Gumroad, in which I put some of my artwork, my original stuff, on t-shirts, sweaters, posters, canvas, and all that kind of stuff. I actually have 2 online stores, even on my website, which is at ArtStation. I got prints available there, professionally done. It's self-automated, so I don't have to really do a campaign for it. You see it, you like it, you buy it, it's sent to you, in whatever format that's available. So that's mainly most of my stuff right there. Right now I am doing a like a series of reviews on like movies and stuff like that. And what was it, The Last of Us? Had to skip episode 3 on episode 4, have fun. And yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much all me there.
Oh, nice.
I have to emphasize that ArtStation is such a powerful tool. I took another artist's advice, I think Elliot Rodriguez, who he got rid of his deviant art because, like, what's the point at this point? I mean, I've
the
been
weirdos are kind of there now. Unfortunately, it's like
the sonic
exactly.
inflation porn.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all my stuff there. This is the latest piece to actually put up on my DeviantArt piece. Now I'm doing like big watermarks to kind of trick out the AI art stuff. Full artwork process, I provide those too. And I actually have a video I need to upload on YouTube, so it'll be as reference. So I think, yeah, you can go ahead and cut me out there.
Cool.
And then I'll go ahead and give my creative non-expertise.
Boom, there we go.
All right. So yeah, I was thinking of simple character design, something like a mouse that's a sheriff. Give him a gun, give him a hat, a cowboy hat. Let him ride out into a sunset on a giant cat or something.
Okay.
5-0 goes west, baby.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
All I'm hearing now is our favorite CG character as a mouse.
There you go.
We could do that.
There you
too,
go.
yeah. Either or both. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh God. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Mickey. I think that might take down the stream, huh?
Yeah.
He's nearly open domain at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I might not go CG. I might go Indy, but yeah, we'll see. Because that's just, unfortunately, that's what I kind of been doing, is I just kind of been drawing.
Oh yeah,
stuff,
dude.
stuff like that. So I just finished doing right now I'm working on a piece that's Usagi Yojimbo. It's gonna be Usagi Yojimbo versus Leonardo. So I'm working on that.
Oh,
And then I just read Battle Brick Road, and I drew the Tin Man. I'm gonna show these on my desk here. So I kind of did that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
I had Eric Weathers on last week on Pencils at Dawn, but I would say that is probably one of the best, indie, best, at least from CG comic that I've read. Like, it was fantastic.
Dude, Eric's now he's a full-time employer of Ripperverse now, isn't he?
He is.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Good on Ripper,
like,
man,
heck yeah,
snatching
dude.
up the
Steady work is awesome.
Yeah.
He got one of the good ones, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Where's
I
it
think
at?
he helps to employ a lot more
That's
people
my
that are willing
Tin
and
Man.
stuff.
Yeah. I love hearing success stories like that, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tin Man. I did that
Thanks.
yesterday.
I think
and
I
then
saw that
the
on
piece that I'm working on.
the
Oh.
Twits.
Usagi Yojimbo this.
Yeah. So I want to order the volume 1 of Usagi Yojimbo. I never read it, and I remember seeing it back in the day, like coming across the whole book, and I was like, "Oh, this thing's awesome!" And I don't know why I didn't buy it. So now I'm just like, I got an Amazon gift card for my birthday.
Oh, happy
we're gonna
birthday.
buy a book.
Nice.
Happy
Sir.
birthday.
I
tried
haven't
to
read
ignore
either,
it.
so that's a. I might have to look for that too.
So I don't know if I'm gonna do
Whoa.
a Scud.
Nice disposable hero, dude. I got that on the Saturn.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Have
The
you seen the
disposable assassin.
video that Rob Scrab did for Death Cab for Cutie?
No.
He does like all, dude. It's awesome, and he also has like a little short movie. It's called That Robot Bastard, or I think Robot Bastard,
Mhm.
and it's live action. But the guy who was Joel in Mystery Science Theater 3000 helps him do the props,
Hell yeah.
and it's on YouTube. Dude, you can watch him on YouTube. But man, dude, like, we'll see. I might pull it up and play it because it's totally like Scud. It is so dope.
Nice.
So I don't know. See, I don't know if I'm gonna do a character from Fiendish or if I should draw Scud, and I'm kind of leaning towards Scud. Just because he's so fun to draw.
Have you read Fiendish yet?
I have. I like it.
Nice. Yeah. Did you get the map too? The little postcard with the map?
No, well, I might have. Let's see. I didn't look at the extras. I got the black and white book is the one that I got.
Hell yeah.
So and let's see.
You got the cards. They all have D&D stats on the back of them, or Pathfinder stats.
I didn't even look at these. I was like, cool. Let me read the book. So yeah, I got the cards here. I don't know if I got the. Oh yeah, the little one.
Oh yeah. If you look on the back of it, okay, this is how geeky. So that's her language, okay?
Yes.
And you can go to her website, and you can do this on my stuff as well. But you can go to her website, and you can decode what that says. And I totally ruined it. I felt like I like destroyed like all the 5-year-olds, like telling them there's no Santa, because like I was on stream and I was like, "Hey, this is what it means, right?" And I was like, "You son of a bitch! Now nobody needs to go to my site and decode it." But I love that there's that level of detail in the product because it shows there's love in it. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing and I guess it's kind of like, I don't want to say steampunk, because to me steampunk, I always think of like super like hoity-toity top hats, pinkies up, sipping tea and monocles and shit. I'm doing like I like more to call like industrial punk. Like I'm talking like World War II era tech with fantasy, and that's the world that I'm building. So this map. I'm down. I'm totally geeked out. Like I love stuff like that. I'm gonna do a map. I'm the same thing. I'm making a language, and I'm making my world. So my first project. I don't know if I'm gonna do a comic book, and I feel like I don't want to do a comic book.
Oh really?
So whatever I'm gonna do is going to be. But I'm building this world. So if I want to do a comic, if I want to do a graphic novel, if I want to just do like a novel, if I want to just write story. Even if I want to do a kid's book, I can do everything in this world, and that's what I've been working on.
That's awesome.
Good choice.
I think my first big project I think I'm gonna do, because I have a 4-year-old, I think I'm gonna do a kid's book.
Oh hell yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, man.
So it's gonna be like a little character having to go through a journey, and it's just gonna be something like that, something simple, something fun, where they have to go do this journey, take this certain item someplace else, and then all the stuff that they run into along the way, and we're trying to solve problems and things like that. So.
And you got the perfect test subject. I mean, proofreader. I mean,
yeah, right.
Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna grab those two concepts. I'm gonna do Scud, and I'm gonna give him a sheriff mouse buddy. And let's see how it goes.
It works.
Oh boy.
Let's get some ideas. Because Scud is always fun because he's fun to draw, but you always put him in these weird, wacky poses.
Game is so fun, man.
Yeah,
I love these from a vending machine.
That's yeah, this is the complete. This is everything.
Wow.
And I guess Dan Harmon helped co-create him too and was writing on this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I didn't know at the time, so I was like, oh, okay.
Remember,
I guess he's co-creator.
Scud is one of those properties. It just like Indie Comics now has changed. But back when it was like Scud, and before Bone got picked up by Image and all these other.
I remember like Milk and Cheese, seeing Milk and Cheese all the time.
Cheese.
Concrete.
Yeah,
Concrete.
there were so many like really edgy, cool indie comics out there.
Strangers in Paradise was another one I remember seeing all the time. Yeah, even that one's a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Silhouette of Scud. But yeah, he's fun to draw. He's super fun to draw. So, and then Drywall too. Drywall's dope. Drywall gets underrated. I love Drywall. His sidekick with all the zippers on him. Super fun. Yeah, that's him with the. I gotta make this bigger. Just make it with him with the piranha gun. I love this piece.
The piranha gun.
Yeah.
Hey,
and buttons for eyes and stuff. It's totally outside the box, but his music video looks like that. Like he made puppets and puppeted everything.
Puppets.
Oh, dude, it's so sick. I gotta play it. The song's a banger too. I probably get struck, whatever, but who gives a shit? I've been playing Ramones on my stuff while I draw, and then Ramones and Clash have been like getting me copyright, like where they like take it out of like different countries. They can't show it like in Italy and like India, and like I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm having
Vendetta.
Oh man, too funny.
So let's see. I'm gonna find this video because it's too good not to show.
Oh yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. And then let's see. Oh, these are my videos. I don't want to search my videos. I guess I should look at the chat too. I get talking, man. I haven't even looked at the chat.
Some people. Hello.
People, what is up? Oh, Ray Haylock, what is up, bro? Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Ray.
What up, Ray?
Ray says comics with Drew. He's talking to Drew. Indiegogo will soon be replaced with Fund My Comic. Yeah, just waiting on final development. That's the way to do. Okay, we're giving our hails, man. Hail. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Phantasmagorical. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. If I've seen you on my before. If not, welcome. This is the Wednesday night art jam. So right now we're doing indie comic character, and maybe merged with the mouse or some kind of mouse, sheriff mouse, or we do a sheriff mouse with a indie comic character, whatever, CG character, whatever. Whatever we feel like doing. That's what we do here. We do what we want.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm trying to think of an iconic picture, and I know it's not indie anymore, but it used to be. I'm thinking Spawn as a mouse.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sweet.
Yes. Wow. Mouse Spawn.
Yes. Why? That's totally something. Yeah, let's do Mouse Spawn. And if it's
that'll be funny.
Monsters, aren't we all? Like, oh no, wait, that's the Crow.
That's my cheese, right?
He's got like mouse traps on the ends of these chains, like.
I was going after cheese. That's his death story. He gets caught by a mouse, right? Oh no, he gets killed by a cat, and he comes back to kill the cat. That's Mouse Spawn's origin story.
But wait, what if we had Bolgia?
Yeah, that Crow movie has one of the most iconic lines to me that has stuck with me from childhood to an adult, and I'm just like, damn, that's brutal.
The morphine one?
No. The one the main villain says, "Childhood's over the day you know you're gonna die."
Oh yeah,
I was like, damn. Keeping it real.
J.O. Barr, man, that dude is like that. He is the granddaddy of all edgelords, and it's amazing. I love that first book.
Yeah.
Let's see, where are you? I'm trying to find my tab now. Oh, shares it automatically. Awesome, cool. I forgot I changed that because it would like switch out when I would try to share something. It was such a pain in the butt. So let's stop my bebop music. That's what 80s calls it. You got the bebop music.
Lord.
And let me know if you can hear this. Let's put it up a little bit. This is Rob Scrap. He did everything himself, and he had of course he had help filming and stuff. But yeah, there's a behind the themes. This is Death Cab for Cutie's Crooked Teeth. And let me know if you guys can hear it or not. I'm gonna start it.
Susan's coming in with the
Shake him
hammer.
down.
Yeah. No, shut him down.
Hells yeah. Just tell them you're sponsored by HelloFresh, YouTube.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Guys. You can't.
Yeah. That's how they got me.
Invincible.
Yeah.
What you doing? I'm sponsored by Pfizer, and we're just worshiping Satan in here, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Whoa! We don't want any trouble. And they leave you alone.
Okay. You guys aren't praying in here, are you? No. So, okay.
Yeah, dude, that stuff is real. Like, I'm not Christian, and I see that, and I'm like, I can only imagine what Christians must be thinking if like what? Like, oh, you're just paranoid. That's a far right conspiracy that they're in. It's like, really?
No. We ignore that stuff now. It's just like, well, you just. That's why I don't watch a lot of TV. It's all shit, you know.
Yeah. Dude, they're not even hiding it anymore.
It's almost. Routinely will say, like on Facebook and stuff, I'm glad I'm not watching the Grammys. I hope nobody I know is watching the Grammys. You know?
Yeah, no kidding.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like you can't even tell the difference between the Grammy performances and porn. So.
Although that one video of that like really fat dude with like the nipple pasties and the corset and stuff, and he's like getting like golden showers, and I'm like, you know, this is like Boy George did it better in the 80s. This is just gross. This is like try hard.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I saw that thing on the Grammys. I was like, this is so try hard, dude. It's like, look at us. It's like nobody cares. Like our ratings are going down, right? Nobody's watching us. Let's do something crazy so people talk about us.
Exactly.
Yep.
First, we'll get Madonna's like boot-looking face on there.
Dude, she's one face up away from a goatee.
I saw somebody say she looked like a catcher's mitt.
She looked rough, man.
Yeah, she's like you're right. She's like a Sagi's catcher's mitt is what she looks like. So she's always shiny. So it's like if you grabbed a catcher's mitt and just like dipped it in Vaseline, and there's Madonna's face.
She reminds me of what was it, Men in Black, when the bug took over the
he pulls his head back.
Is that better?
Yeah, dude, I swear that's one facelift away from a goatee. Why you got a belly button on your forehead? Like,
okay, again, it's like, dude, yeah, it's so try hard. I'm like, oh god, this is horrible. Forget these guys, man.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad though, because it's like that's clearly like a mental illness at this point.
Oh yeah. Well, what are you gonna? You're in Hollywood so long. Either you become like based or you become retarded. Pretty much is what happens.
Yeah.
You are not wrong there.
And that's the problem is that there's no like I feel like in Hollywood, especially everything's so feminine. There's no like men. You know, unless you got guys like Sam Elliott, they could just do whatever the hell they want. You know.
Yeah.
It's like that guy's been around. That guy's been around forever. I mean, a guy's a 60-year-old for the past like 30 years. Ever since he's been in Roadhouse, he's looked the same age.
Yeah. It's like Paul Rudd.
Like Clint Eastwood. You know, nobody's gonna tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Or like even in Tombstone, he looked like the same. Like look at him now, you look at him in Tombstone. That's the same, man. This is a gray beard now. It's just gray mustache. That's it.
God, that must be nice to not age.
Yeah.
I mean, I turned 20, my hair started falling out. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Yep. Tell me about it, man.
The mirror and I are not on speaking terms.
And you don't notice till one day when you notice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that TLC video with the waterfalls where the guy looks in the mirror and it's like, yep, I'm a corpse.
Yep, you're just like I was at a wedding and I was like standing under a light. And I could like see how like my sides were thick, and then you could see like my scalp from the light above, and I was like, oh no.
No.
Oh my god.
I was like, tomorrow I'm shaving my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what I did when I was ever since 20, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do the Hulk Hogan, I'm not gonna do the Caesar Laurel. I'm just gonna blaze it all out. You know?
Yeah. It's so much easier that way too.
Fortunately, people like, I don't know if it's the Asian in me, but they're like, you don't look like you're almost 50. And I'm like, thanks. Like, I swear, I thought you were in your like 30s or whatever. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
But
sweet.
Yeah, but it's because like, you know, it's like the Captain Picard effect. Like Patrick Stewart has pretty much looked the same age from when he was in the 70s and early 80s in Dune.
Yeah.
Get rid of your hair and suddenly your age changes. You know?
Yep. You're like,
Steve Martin was another one. He always had gray hair for the most part.
Yeah.
Like he went
Anderson
gray at like
Cooper.
27 or something.
Is that Gadget Hack Wrench?
Yeah, I'm doing a Gymshock Gadget mashup.
Yes,
oh, that's cool. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Hell yeah, man!
I can dig it.
Oh yeah. I'm having some impure thoughts here about a mouse and little furry stuff. And...
Show Mandy a little bit of love with all of what she's been through with that
No kidding, man.
tidal wave of soy.
Yeah,
Oh
no
God,
kidding.
I haven't heard what happened. Like she got a new.
I'm out of the loop.
So these guys at Tidal Wave Comics, I guess they said something. They did some stupid posts about Comicsgate, right? Or them being like shocked or whatever. And everybody made fun of them because it looked like they're all like around a computer, like with their mouths covers, like, oh my God, Comicsgate is saying racist stuff or something like that. And then of course, Ethan being the Comicsgate guru guy, of course, I'm sure he searches like Comicsgate and who's using Comicsgate and all kinds of stuff. He comes across it and starts making fun of them. Then of course all CG jumps in and starts making fun of these guys. And I guess they published some back in 2014. They published some book called Jailbait, which I guess was the premise. It's like an underage girl like luring predators, but then she kind of looks like Gem-Shock, but she looks more like Witchblade than Gem-Shock. And so they're saying, well, Gem-Shock is a straight ripoff, but then Mandy and Dale are like, well, we never seen this shit. And I mean, nobody has seen Jailbait. Nobody bought the book, so nobody knows it existed.
Yeah,
that's kind of hard.
So it's like they're like, what's this? You know what I mean? Meanwhile, like Mandy's making like $90K on her Kickstarter or something. So it's just like.
Yeah, and it's only because Mandy was making those big numbers that's like they're suddenly like, well, we need some clout. Maybe we can get litigious or something. But
I guess
honestly,
it came out too that
they should have brought a case a long damn time ago if they were going to bring a case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was, but also it was like I guess they had some articles written on them. They were Tidal Wave, but there were something before or whatever. Yeah, and there was articles that Bleeding Cool wrote. I supposedly, this is me just half paying attention, like I always do. So details are sketchy,
The only thing that's a little bit sus is that Clint Helinski worked for when they were Blue Water. Now I was listening to Fowler's stream and Ethan came on and he made a pretty good point. Is like, because Blue Water is another one of these companies that doesn't pay its employees, its contractors.
Exactly.
And he's like, if this is Clint taking ideas that he worked on under Blue Water and doing them under Stuntman just to say F you to a business that never paid him or something like that, then he's all for it. And yeah, sure,
Yeah, exactly.
That's totally legit, I guess.
Oh man. I don't know. To me, like, unless it's like weird. Overt, you know what I mean? Like, if it was like Diamond Shock or something, I'd be like, that's probably some, But dude, like, it's a hot chick in like gem encrusted strategic parts, like, I mean, that's.
And it's like, what do you put them in? You want to be, you want to be risque. You want to show a cute girl, but you want her covered in diamonds, all right, or gems. What do you put them with? A bikini, right? A bikini barely covering the boobies and covering the no-no spots, and right, like that's everybody comes up with it, right? And so then they're like, look, it's the same design. It's like, okay, and then somebody was like, well, how about Cutie Honey? Where Cutie Honey, the anime, where she fights like some diamond princess lady that's wearing the same thing back in like '89.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So you're just like, it's not you know what I mean? It's not like a grandiose idea that's like, I'm breaking the mold. It's like diamond bikini, like cool, like Emma Frost, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Very common. Yeah, very common.
How come?
I think EBS drew that Emma Frost get up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like why wasn't what was the name of the one that Jailbait or what was it?
Jailbait, yes, Jailbait.
Whatever that. Yeah, like whatever that is, like why weren't they like, if they're accusing her of doing that, like wouldn't Marvel have grounds to accuse them, like, or the people who made Witchblade, like?
But they were like, it's a parody. That's what they came out and said. It's a Witchblade parody, so they can't get in trouble.
But you know what they do? Most of the stuff that they do unauthorized biographies of people.
Oh,
they've got one on J.K. Rowling, and I think she went after them or something like that.
Oh my God! What a bunch of freak! Are they paparazzi?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to be bigger. This looks more like a monkey than a mouse. I'm gonna look at Eric's ears. Okay, let's steal them. Yeah, mine looked more like cub ears. That was my problem.
One sec. That delicious tea has forced me to take a quick break.
Oh,
I shall
okay.
return.
Nice.
Yeah, I've only got like half an hour until the kids get home. I've got to go, so I got to get this done pretty quickly.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead. We'll try to follow Eric because he's quick, man. He's good.
Yeah.
He's like done. He's just waiting on the rest of us. We're just like. And my problem is what else? What is the rest of them going to be doing?
God. I hate when I work messy. I'm glad I'm not showing this my layer management to anybody like a client or anything.
New layer
God.
1, new layer 2. New layer 538.
Well,
you're scrolling through those micro thumbnails, like which layer is that on?
Well, Jeremy there, over at was it Zaid Studios? Not Phil and his brother, the Diaz brothers, but the one who's making Beckoned. He was showing on one of his streams like his layers, and it was like 1,000 layers or whatever. It was like my GPU would have had a hernia at that point.
Yeah, the processing power is important to gauge out the more complex the design.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous what he was working on, but it's like, God damn, man, like I don't think my computer has the testicular fortitude to push that one. There'd be smoke coming out of that Ryzen, or no, what do I got? An RTX, that GeForce 3070. The thing would be
That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm loving this card so far, except for it handles like a champ in games, but for 2D rastering sometimes or drawing on 2D, sometimes I'm getting like hit or miss performance. Like just these things, like all of this right here. If I try to move the file, like move an image across the page with the arrow keys, it like only acknowledges the first key push because there's so much information being pushed into the frame buffer. Like
Really?
But I got a beast of a card. Like this thing can handle like Far Cry at 4K settings. What's going on?
What CPU do you have?
I think I got like a Ryzen 7.
To me it sounds like you've got something else, maybe something in the background that is just using too many resources.
Yeah, it's probably OBS.
There's a lot of depending on which software you're using, because I don't think like Clip Studio, for example, uses the GPU at all. It's all CPU.
Oh.
Now the file size, because CSP automatically attaches the video that you can export later, it attaches that to the main file. And if you don't choose to separate it or somewhere around the, around the process or export it, it'll be pretty huge. Like that one piece with the Demon Queen I had on my my website at ArtStation, that took up, what was it, 2.3 gigs.
Oh,
at 600 DPI. And part of it was because of the video attached. So, but that was on my iPad. So, iPad's done a little bit better than my PC.
Oof. That's painful.
Yeah. Imagine doing animation on CSP, which I have not done yet.
I think it's another reason why it's like most animation houses, they all use Macintosh and stuff, because there's just better resource management on the Mac.
Yeah.
You don't have that bloatware Windows running.
I know, and I hate saying that as a PC guy, but yeah, I use a Mac for work, and it hasn't given me any problems that this PC has.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to the Joe Cooper School of Cartooning just to take a tour and check with the guidance counselor and see what they had to offer. Yeah, everybody had a Mac or traditional, and they even explained it. The counselor was like, "Hey, a Mac is expensive. You only need to buy it once. PC, expensive, but you're probably going to need to, upgrade it over time." So, and even on the Joe Kubert website, the school curriculums, they actually suggest, they give you a list of tools aside from the traditional art supplies, and they highly suggest like the MacBook Pro, Magic Mouse version 2, all those kind of hookups, so that way you handle multimedia across different mediums.
Nice.
Dover, New Jersey. Only been there once.
Crazy.
I went to my I visited my folks back in Illinois like around early December. And I was trying to find, my dad kept he's he paints and stuff for a hobby as well, so we've always done like art stuff. And so he has all my art stuff from like when I was in high school, and I ordered the Joe Kubert thing that you would get from their website. It came with a giant book. I don't know if you guys ever seen this. It came with a giant book, and in that book were your assignments, and you would flip, and it was like ring bound, and it would tell you like what to do, and then you would flip, and then it would like, okay, draw a page on this book, or they would give you pages, and you would do it. And then it came with a VHS tape. This is how old it was. A VHS tape that you would put in, and it would tell you like, oh, this is the curriculum and stuff, and you would pick like superheroes and villains, or like each one had like a little thing, and then when you were done, you would send the pages, and they came with a big envelope. But it had a badass, like, this book was like this big. It wasn't very thick, but it was about 11 by 17, and you would like turn it, and it was pretty much your textbook and stuff, but it had like little assignments in it too. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it because I was going to bring it back and actually like do the stuff in it.
Oh yeah.
I never finished it, of course.
When we got struck with the lockdowns, Kubert put all of their correspondence course books on like this ridiculous sale. So I actually got the entire, I got their entire collection of their correspondence courses. Because they're still sitting in a box. I never opened them, but it was like $166 for all of them. So it's a huge, heavy box with like, I don't know, 5 or 6 books in it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're just neat books to have. That's what this pencil, I got this pencil's from it.
Oh, sweet.
So they sent you the pencil. They sent you some ink. They sent you some ink. It came with like a starter kit. So like, oh, this page, you got to ink this page, and they sent you copies of Joe Kubert pages, and you would ink them. And the X's are, you black those out, and then and then you ink the page for practice, and then then it's, do a page, okay. So stuff like that. It was pretty neat.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I can't find the book, Dad. He's like, I swear it was down there. I kept it. And I couldn't find it.
Did you guys ever read Imagine FX magazine?
Oh yeah, all the time. I used to buy it every chance I got over at Borders Books and Music.
Best covers ever.
Yeah.
I haven't read it for a while, but I know they used to advertise a master class that would happen somewhere out there on the East Coast. It was like a 2-week thing. You go and you live there. It was like $1,700 or something.
What?
I don't know if they still do that or not, but I would love to do something like that.
I think I was getting it digitally because I couldn't afford to buy the actual book, but I think I'm still getting it, and I haven't paid for it for about 2 years.
Oh yeah,
Damn. Nice.
Yeah, like the back issues are free, I think.
I
think they go back at least about 2 years. Yeah, because I used to read them while I was on deployment last year. So, great resources.
Nice.
Yeah, J-Bot, I don't know if you caught my stream earlier today, but I finally am pulling back my my war against AI art.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are you seeding ground?
Huh?
Are you seeding ground?
Well, I got a little more respect for it to a degree as far as quick ideas, and
Oh,
but
it
at the
sounds like
same,
he's using it, guys. Sounds like
Yeah.
he's using it.
well,
Hey, this
that's
isn't so
actually
bad.
that's actually what I said on my live stream. I got a chance to check it out when I was on drill this past weekend, and this one soldier, I was giving him a hard time last month's drill, and I finally said, well, you know what? If I'm gonna talk bad about something, let me at least get a hands on and give it a quick drive around the block and see what's going on. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. The amount of things they can throw together is pretty unreal.
Which one were
Literally.
you using?
Huh?
Which one were you using?
Mid Journey.
Okay, Midjourney. Okay, because I didn't know which one, and I was like, all right, well, let me see if I could get some ideas or concepts. Because there was one, what the heck is it called? There's one guy on YouTube, and he plugs in, and he goes, he did Final Fantasy VII as an '80s dark fantasy movie, and then he shows you the images that the AI makes.
Yeah.
He did one as Sonic the Hedgehog, a live action '80s show. And the concepts that were being shown were badass. Like it was like really good. And I was like, oh, dude, like I could totally. That's a great idea. Like just like trying to get certain ideas. Like, oh, I like the design of that. You know, of course you don't want to strip it. You'd be like, oh, well, that's cool the way that hinge looks on that robot. Or I like the eyes on that robot. Cool, I could take those, or something like that. It was like a lot, or like that jacket design is cool. If I grab that jacket, do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was really cool. And I was like, oh, cool. So they're on YouTube. If you just put, and then he did like Family Guy as like a live action or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And
Nice.
they're really neat, especially like the fantasy. Like I think he did like Star Wars as a '80s dark fantasy. You know, like fantasy sci-fi, and seeing the concepts of like Leia and Luke and like Vader and stuff. It's like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
You know, because it almost seems like otherworldly though sometimes when you look at the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there one that doesn't require a Discord server? Because I absolutely hate Discord.
Yes.
Well,
that's what Midjourney requires. Not all of them do.
Yeah, well, there's one called like Willow Tree, which is basically Midjourney but free.
I like that.
Yeah, Midjourney runs out of uses, and then it's like, oh, okay, you like it? Now give me money. But the Willow Tree one it functions identically, and you can just create your own. Like I don't like doing it in another person's Discord, so you can actually script it to do it in your own private Discord. And then that way nobody sees your images.
Yeah.
But you still have to use Discord.
Yeah,
Second.
you still gotta.
Oh yeah, Discord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just started using my Discord like this year. I had it for years. Let's just say some folks that got kicked off of Twitter dealing with the 2020 election, they end up going to Discord, and Discord censored them off of there. So that's the only main reason why I started using Discord. Never got rid of it.
Yeah, I got kicked off of Facebook because of that certain event on January.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got those good old ways of being put in virtual jail. It's amazing.
Well, it's disgusting because all I did was I shared a video of one of my buddies who served him and his Vietnamese wife, or she might be Cambodian, I don't know. But they were at the event, and she's like got her phone out, and she's like basically like, what they're showing is not what's happening. And I shared the video, and then the next thing I know, I got this violates our terms of service, blah blah blah. You delete this thing, and then in 24 hours we'll let you back on. I'm like, okay, fine. So I deleted it, and then 24 hours later I logged back in, and it's like, yeah, we found all this other stuff. Yeah, you're not welcome back on. You're done. Yeah. It's like they're retroactively hunted down after years of being on there since like 2008.
They're like, the FBI called us. They don't like you very much.
Oh man.
Yeah, Mr. CIA himself called us.
Yeah.
Shut it down. They know.
But yeah. AI art is it's interesting. I think I looked at more stuff like AI art over drill weekend that he showed me than I probably ever have. And I was like, That is crazy. I think too, it may contribute to the kind of like social media dopamine high
Mhm.
that some, younger folks may not be mature enough to realize, hey, I got to put this down,
Mm.
get some fresh air. Because if you can get images that fast on a regular basis, I mean, what's to stop you from keep going?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to not convince me that TikTok is a two-pronged like weapon of war.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a security threat, but it's also, like you said, the dopamine stuff. Like
Mhm.
it's training people to be stupid.
Yeah. 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 I
And
never.
dance in the middle of Costco.
You saw
I
that?
saw that, man. I showed that to my sister. I was like, yeah, we need that meteor.
Yeah.
Please, Lord, we need
In
meteor.
defense, though,
The end is near.
at the same time, too, you kind of, I have a lot of young people that come in, and I don't know if maybe it's the area that I'm in or, because I'm here in the South, but it's like I got a lot of young people that come in, and it's also because maybe it's the retro game stuff too. But it's like they come in and they're like, man, they worked 50 hours this week. It's some like it's like some like they work for like the village, like doing or the city doing something like some kind of labor or something like that. They come in, they're coming in their truck. Their clothes are dirty. They got their work boots on, their work clothes on. They come in and they're just like totally like, man, that's so stupid. And then, you got like 21, 22, 25-year-olds that are all like that. And they come in and they buy games and then we shoot the shit and stuff. But they're like, I feel like there's also the other side of that coin too, is that you have a lot of young people that are just, they're like, they're not going to college getting bullshit degrees because they're smarter than that. They're based, man. They're like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And then,
There's
and
a
they'll
lot
come
of
in with their
data
girlfriend,
out
and
there.
their girlfriend is like totally supportive and like just like a normal chick that's like, you know what I mean, like going to school or something like that, for some kind of degree and like nursing, you know what I mean. So there's the opposite side of the coin, but so there is hope. There is hope.
Yeah, that
There's
is
a lot
true.
of data out there that suggests that Gen Z is going to be kind of like the greatest generation was, because they have a huge hardship, and they're not falling for it. So it's the millennials that's causing all the problems.
Yeah,
They're the ones that are like soaping it all up. But like, cause my daughter, she just turned 19, and she has a TikTok, but she's barely on it. She's got a lot of things that she's struggling with, but she was more about wanting to work for a living, earning money, saving money. That's her focus. She's not spending all of her time online, and I love seeing it because that was one of my biggest fears.
Yeah. I even found out too a lot of people my age too that have kids and stuff. I have a 4-year-old daughter, and it's just like public school. Hell no, man. What you crazy? So
That's a war
actually,
zone too.
yeah. So we're sent. They just had last week. They had a bomb threat at the high school. And then this week they had a bomb threat at the high school again, and another high school had more bomb threats and stuff too. So my daughter's going to Christian school right now. She's in preschool and stuff, and she's having a blast. And
Good.
Nice.
it's like, there you go, man. Ain't nothing wrong with learning about little Jesus. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But did you
Some
see
kind
that
of-
video of that like high schooler that beat the crap out of the 9-year-old girl and then her little brother?
I couldn't. 5 seconds is all I have for that. As a dad,
that
I
made
can't.
my blood boil.
I can't watch stuff like that. I can't. I was watching The Terminal List. Have you guys seen the Terminal
Oh,
List?
yeah.
dude,
Right.
I love that.
I've seen most
First
of it.
episode. That was it. I couldn't watch it. After the first
wow.
episode, if you guys haven't seen it, at the end of the first episode, something happens, and I was just like, I'm out, man. I'm out. I can't watch stuff like
The
that.
old ultraviolence.
Not even.
That's
Not even.
why
like,
I didn't watch
it's
Game of
weird.
Thrones. Game of Thrones is the same reason. At the end of that, they pushed the little kid out the window, and I said,
Yeah.
"No, I'm done."
Enough of that.
Yeah, it's because Terminal Day. I don't want to spoil it. So in Terminal List, though, I was like, okay, like I think I'm out. I can't watch stuff like that anymore.
Dude, that made my blood boil though. There's like 3 groups of people that like you really want to piss me off, and it's hard to piss me off. Like computers and technology, I go full Trent Reznor on that stuff. But like people, it's really hard to piss me off. And when I see like the elderly or like little children or like pets, animals or whatever being like abused like that, I get the Kill Bill, like the red sirens. Like, you know, that's it, man. There's no negotiation here.
Yeah.
And that's the problem too, is they have no father figure to teach them what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It sucks, man. I mean,
and yeah, that's more and more common now, thanks feminism. But like that's like we're now seeing an entire generation, or actually multiple generations now, of, you know, like that line in Fight Club, you know, raised men raised by women, and it's like, God, I hate to break it to you, but their fathers have a very important role in teaching your kids, like and
or they have like shitty fathers too, man. It's like
I hate you, Dad. That's pretty much feminism in a nutshell.
Yeah.
God, and it's so sad seeing, like, because it's like you have people that are like otherwise healthy, and you know they're in great physical condition, they're smart or whatever, and then it's just like, why would you do that? Like, that is not something that a normal person would do, and then you're like, oh, broken home, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
I think the problem too is like everybody
Everybody has excuses.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no shaming somebody. There's no like, you know, oh, you can't make fun of it. Listen, if you leave your house looking ridiculous, man, everybody has the right to rip on you. Everybody, don't matter. If you leave your house and your underwear is outside of your pants, unless you have unless you got some kind of special disability or something, you know, people get to make fun of you, man. That's just how it works. And it just kind of it made shit normal. You know what I mean? It made like, but you're like, back. He's okay. Let him. Let that grown man likes to dress as a baby and go to Aldi. Oh, it's fine. No, shame that guy. But like, bro,
that's a feminine thing too. Yeah, that's a feminized thing too. Men, real men, we rib each other all the time, and that's a part of it is because we care enough about you that we don't want somebody worse than us to, like, you know, mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like,
well, did you ever see I'm gonna get you, sucker?
Yeah. A male friend can say to you is,
classic.
Dude, shithead, quit fucking up. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, like the whole fat shaming thing. There's no such thing as like fat phobia. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Like, you know, you're fatty, fine, but like, don't expect us to find that attractive or healthy or no. And like, it really pissed me off when I see somebody like celebrities like Adele, who lost a whole ton of weight, and it's like, good for you, girl. Like, you're gonna live longer. And all these people start like attacking her, and they're like, you betrayed or whatever. And it's like, no, like, you should celebrate her success. Like, never make fun of a fat person at a gym because they're doing more than, you know. Make fun of them at Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
they're trying. Yeah,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to make they're trying to make a difference. Like they're doing something about it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lizzo be like, respect me. I was like, what?
Meanwhile, Lizzo's like, I'm walking diabetes.
I got my hand in Chick-fil-A.
She was dressed as Pizza the Hut for the Grammys.
Yeah.
People were making video clips.
Did you see that? Did you see like when they're showing like they showed like the lady? I don't even know who these people are anymore. The pink lady with the fur stuff, and then the other lady with the polka dots, and they have them and Lizzo and some other chick like all side by side. I'm like, they all look like they belong on. They're like Willy Wonka villains. Like they all look like they belong in Willy Wonka.
Yep.
Like are these guys out? Are these in a quirky? Are they in a quirky Tim Burton movie? Like what?
Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Harry Styles wearing his freaking his queer checkered jumpsuit or whatever with his shit tattoos and his freaking his baby doll hair on his chest.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like again, Boy George did it better. David Bowie did it better. Like, you guys are tryhards, and you don't even have the good music to back it up. You know,
not even the same league, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they were trendsetters at the time. Then why are you following their trend? You're not a trendsetter. You're following somebody else's trend.
Yep. Because like any regular entertainer now these days, they can't dress like Prince used to back in the day and still have two women on his arm.
Yeah.
Even if they tried it, you could tell it would be forced.
Yeah.
They're just pretending to be there.
But at the same time, it's like they were trendsetters for a reason. You know,
Yeah.
and they were artists, and they had the talent to back it up. A lot of these people don't have the talent. They're just flashes in the pan. They're all sizzle, no steak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that and they were rebelling against a conservative, hardcore, repressive system, and now the system is the fruitcakes. Like,
Yeah.
like you're not rebelling. Like the punk rock thing to do is to have a traditional family and dress like a normal person.
Yep. Yep.
Man, that's so sad. Like I didn't think I'd ever see that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, when did the conservatives become the reasonable ones? You know, when I was a kid, they were telling me I'm going to hell because I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
That's Satan's board game. Like, okay. Now they're like the more reasonable of the groups. Like,
Yeah. It's wild.
man.
Well, we purged a lot of that satanic panic nonsense out. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've like grown as a generation since that. So all the people that were attacked by that are like, nah, dude, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like my TTRPG here, I actually I started it in the Pelham Public Library where I grew up. So we were in a public library within clear earshot of everybody. It was down in the kids' room. And when the library ran out of funding because we were facing a recession in the 90s, the local parish, the Catholic priesthood, they're like, dude, we got a rectory here, we got a bingo hall, have at it. And they were invited to watch it themselves. And again, where's the satanic panic? Like, these are priests. Like, yeah, dude, this is totally cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got to understand it. What it
yeah,
is.
shout out to St. Patrick's, man. Yeah. Although now I hear St. Patrick's parades are now rainbowy.
Oh,
Like,
I haven't been to one in years.
Well, they do it in Boston up here, but now apparently even in Ireland, like they're pushing like, did you know that God is a they them? I'm like, no,
God.
there's a capital H. Like again, not Christian, but I know the Bible, man. Like,
Yeah. They can't help themselves.
Mhm.
I mean,
yeah, it
They
just
wanna-
feels
they
like
wanna
I'm
tear down
mean-spirited.
Yeah, they want to tear down everything.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
interesting
communism.
theory. I don't know if any of you guys are into like alternative history theories and stuff.
Oh,
I'm
what
not.
is it? Whatchamacallit? Man in the High Castle. One of my favorite of those.
Oh, Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
So here's an alternative history for St. Patrick's Day because it's the fairy tale is that he drove the snakes out of Ireland.
It was paganism. Yeah.
I was watching this one YouTuber who's been backtracking a lot of old maps and a lot of old books that nobody knows exists still. That this stuff's like written in like 1400s, 1500s, and apparently around 1500 and something there was a comet that came through and it obliterated all of the area of the UK and of Ireland and all this other stuff. And then a cult developed around that comet. And they were the stone snake cult. You've ever
Ooh.
seen those the famous picture of you're looking down on it, it looks like a snake, but it's a grassy hill mass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That thing. So those old monuments are supposedly built by this cult, and St. Patrick ran those cats out of Ireland. The stone snake
Ooh.
cult.
Damn.
Interesting.
So
I never knew.
That's
that
a
was,
good
I'd
one.
buy
that
it.
was an interesting thing I learned on the internet recently.
Well, his name was originally Maewyn Sukkot, and he was a druid, and the Romans made him a slave, and he escaped Gaul, which was France, and landed in Hibernia, which is Ireland. And he was Christianized when he was a Roman slave, and he actually uses the shamrock, the three-leafed clover. He used that as a visual aid for explaining the Holy Trinity. It's pretty badass, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I learned a lot of like weird factoids and stuff when I was researching like Welsh and Irish mythology.
Oh,
I don't know
cool.
anything about anything else. I don't know how to tie my shoes, but I can tell you about Maewyn Sukkot.
He sounds like he has some guts. My kind of guy.
Sounds
Yeah?
like
Hell
sounds like an awesome comic book.
Oh, dude, yeah.
There's so much rich stuff in ancient history that could be a great book, story.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Nobody knows any of it.
Yeah.
Like one of the things I hope to do in the future is take, because I got a bunch of books on mythology, world mythologies, and I want to really sit down for like maybe a week or month and just have them all open and look at them, because I'm creating my own pantheon, and those adventures are always fun, especially when you're starting from scratch, new names, you know, new things that they represent, and you know, try to have them look all different and have their roles in the universe and all that kind of stuff. So
nice.
I mean, look at the spin that Star Trek did with Apollo. You know what I mean? How
Adore me.
Yeah. And he was powerful by that generator, whatever it was that they end up firing upon. So interesting.
Okay.
Did you ever see Star Trek Continues?
I'm kind of finished, so.
Oh, let's see what we got.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Nice.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Let's make that bigger. There we go.
Yeah. He's ready to go.
We need Keith David to narrate that.
Hockey went flying with that.
Well, I had to rush it. Unfortunately, it could have come out a bit better, but yeah, that's there's my mouse spawn.
Nice.
Okay, copyright was this February 8th, 2023. So when McFarlane tries to do this, you can be like, "Hey, oi, that's mine!"
Oi.
Oi, 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 freaking oi.
Anyway, my kids
That's
have
awesome,
got home from school,
Yeah.
so I've got to go and sort them out. So thanks, J-Bot.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone on the panel, for
No problem, man. Thanks for coming in. That's an awesome piece, dude.
yeah, cheers.
Have a good
and
one, man.
we'll see you next time. Cheers.
You bet.
Bye.
Right. Wow. Yeah. He got the chains
awesome.
and everything.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'll make that big.
Oh, nice.
Okay, with turtles, we're doing Casey
Ooh,
Jones.
Casey Jones.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Okay. I can dig it.
The next mutation.
Yeah.
Kind of hint of biker mice from Mars vibes. I'm getting just a little bit, but
Oh yeah.
I like it. I can dig it.
Man, do you remember how dark the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was?
That's
Dude,
one reason
so
why
good.
I loved it. Yeah.
So good,
Yeah,
man.
Casey Jones like murders Shredder with the trash compactor.
But it's okay because he goes, oops. It's like, oops, crash.
I think that was even Elias Codius, the guy from like Special Victims Unit. that
Yeah.
was playing. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah, my he was on with Chicago PD.
Yeah.
The show. My nephew was doing acting at the time, and he's on the show. He plays one of the young kids that belongs to the drug dealer.
Oh, nice.
Where the drug, he's like making a few scenes and stuff or whatever. But my brother went out of town, like he had a trip to Germany planned, and he got my nephew got casted for the part.
Oh, sweet.
So my wife took him to the filming because they filmed in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
And so my wife, one of her dad's favorite movies is Some Kind of Wonderful, which he's in it. He's the punk guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so she knew him from that, not even from Ninja Turtles. And her dad would watch Some Kind of Wonderful all the time. It was her dad's favorite movie. So
You
when
hurt
she
him,
took
I will
him,
kill you.
so she got to meet him because they all sat. They had to get like bussed from one point to the other, and they all were sitting in the car. In the van together. So she, my nephew, and then like the three main actors, like there's the Casey Jones dude, there's the younger guy, and then there was somebody else in there with them, and they all were in there like shooting the shits for like 45 minutes, like waiting to go to the next spot and stuff. And she was like, "I'm sorry, you're my dad's favorite actor. He loved you in Some Kind of Wonderful. Like, I'm a big fan." You know, because I guess he gets. I don't know if he gets. I heard he gets mad if you mention like Casey Jones.
Really?
Oh, really?
Because I think it kind of ruined his career because everybody saw him as that, and he wasn't in too much stuff after.
Well,
But he's a damn good actor.
I followed him after and when he was in Prophecy with Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah.
Such a creepy movie.
Yeah,
You don't
I love
bleed
that.
like a. No, you ever see a Chinaman bleed? Cut his head off. They don't bleed like us.
It was wild.
Little girl says that, and I was like, check, please.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made 3 of those. They turned out pretty good, but he was only in the first one.
Yeah, I don't know if that was true or not. So my wife didn't want to be like, oh, I didn't want to geek out, but she's like, oh, you're my favorite. Me and my dad watched Some Kind of Wonderful all the time. Was his favorite movie. You know, we were big fan. So she was
awesome.
cool. She got to meet him and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I lived in Southern California, and I don't really know any like big celebrities. They're all like really small and like. You remember that one movie or that one TV show? Yeah, that's the guy. They're like, I don't know who. Yeah.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah, not a celebrity. Sorry.
I was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer once. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was extra 37 who got turned into ash. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all that makeup. Yeah, I couldn't even see my face. Like.
Wow,
well.
Eric, I see you rocking out that Emerald Shock, I guess. Emerald Shock the mouse.
Oh,
Kinda
yeah.
would.
Most impressive. Oh man.
Man.
Yeah.
You and your able-handedness.
Like, oops. Okay.
I don't feel represented. I was so tired of that stuff. Those narcissists that are like, I need to be in every movie. It's like, really?
That's
Like,
another thing too. They're like, I can't stand that because they teach kids like only identify with people that look like you. You can only
Yeah,
relate with people
It's
that
like the
look like
most
you.
racist thing you can ever
It
teach.
is.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, she's 4 years old. She has no concept of like race. Like we never really talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's just like she plays with the little girl next door. She doesn't know that she's black. Like she has no concept of that, and it's fine. Like it's like it doesn't matter.
mhm.
You kids have fun. Who cares? But once they're like, you don't look like me. You don't whatever. My wife was watching. What the hell she was watching? She was watching The Recruit, which is a pretty good show. She was telling me, and I catch stuff here and there. I think it's on Amazon or something like that. And there's a point where there's the recruit main character guy, and his friends are there. Just happen to see some shit go down, so they're trying to find him. And like, of course, one's a lady, and then one's a gay black guy, because shake a tree, one falls out. I guess I don't know.
You go, girl.
And so they're trying to ask where their friends are, and they go to the police. Well, then the feds pick them up, and they're like, "Why are you looking for so and so? Who's the recruit? Who's the main character?" And she's like, well, he's our friend. She's like, why are you worried now? Has he been doing stuff before? Why are you worried about him going out into the field now? Like, what's going on? So she's like, of course she fires back. Well, my mom's in Washington because her mom's kind of watching the bigwig and shit. The lady that's asking them this question, she's a regular character on the show, and she's Indian, so it's like. And then after they do the interrogation, they're like, well, the black gay dude was like, well, when we were around the cops, like, you don't have the same fear of them as I do. But I'm like, but the lady that was interrogating you was also a minority.
Yeah, how does that work?
Like, actually, she probably was darker than you, bro.
Well, it's like
come on,
man. Tyre Johnson, or no, was it Tyre or Tyree? Because it's spelled like Tyre. But I guess it's he like got beaten by like 5 black dudes, and they're like, this is a sign of white supremacy. Like, are my eyes not working? Like, am I having like a stroke? Like, 5 black dudes beating up a black guy is not white supremacy. I don't know how you're getting that, but
the 5 black dudes. Oh yeah, I got a nickname for them. They the Black Avengers. Because if the regular Avengers save people, then the Black Avengers, they got to be first now. Unfortunately, damn shame.
They're the Bizarro Avengers and shit.
Need helping.
Oh my god,
he's bleeding. That's good, right?
Yeah,
I'm helping him.
It's Wimplo. We teach him wrong as a joke. It's funny.
I'm bleeding. That makes me the victor.
Yeah. How about my throat to fist technique? Huh?
Are you done yet? The guy's like, it's just like, what?
He's like, where did you come from? The land of the dark nipple people? Like,
Like what's his name? Franco and Harry Osborn. He had one of my favorite lines in Spider-Man 2. But before he spat it, he was drunk and he was pissed at Parker at the party. And Parker put his hand up, just trying to calm him down. And like, as soon as he tapped him, Osborn was straight like, "Hey, don't push me!" And he just started bucking at him and stuff. I was like, "Bro,
I'm about to break."
it's crazy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that sticks with me. Those one lines that kind of shake the fabric of things. I love those in movies when they're done right. Let's see. Oh, quick question, J-Bot. You get a chance to check out Hogwarts Legacy? I know 80s bought it.
I'm not gonna play that, man.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I like to watch.
I'm not a Harry Potter guy. I'm playing Monster Hunter. That's what I'm playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, I had Monster Hunter when it first came out, but I quickly realized that just trying to do one mission and go after one monster, and another bigger monster comes in.
Yeah.
And I gotta deal with that. Next thing you know, I'm looking at the clock. An hour and a half went by. I still ain't got the monster. I gotta go to work. I learned real quick. I couldn't do it. If I had more time, I would play it. But Monster Hunter is nice though.
Yeah, Rise is pretty streamlined in terms of doing quick hunts and stuff, because you have like your hub, like your story stuff that you do, but then you also have a hub that you jump in people's games, so you can put a call out when you do a mission, people can join. And like Monster Hunter is like the only game that's like playing with randoms is like totally acceptable, because they just come in, they know what to do. People come in, they just kill the monsters to get the parts, moving on. Like everybody's just,
okay.
So you're doing hunts in like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes depending, you know. So
wow.
it makes stuff a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then now they have the dog. They added, I'm not sure which one that you played, but they have the dog now, the Palamute that you can ride. So you like hold the B button down, and then the dog, he's with you. Like you could take him with you.
Mount.
Yeah, and you could jump on him, but you can sharpen your blades while you're riding him. No, you can take health stuff and eat while you're riding the dog and stuff, and use certain items and stuff like that. So it really makes navigating the maps and stuff. It's quick. It's like it's real.
Okay.
It's streamlined. It's very snappy. It's hard going back to other ones after you play this one.
Yeah. I played before they had any expansions. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I tried to go back and play World, which is it's a way better looking game. But just the streamline of Rise and the dog and everything like that, dude, it's just it's so quick. It's hard to go back.
Yeah, that's how WoW was. Once you got to higher expansions, going back to the original, like it would take you 3 times as long to level up and all that stuff compared to the more recent ones. But I watched some Hogwarts Legacy, and it seemed fun. You know, people that have been playing it. When it was on 80s Made, I showed them a little bit of the gameplay on Twitch, and these guys were waiting for the game to launch, so they had their own like Harry Potter like cosplay thing that they were hitting each other with imaginary spells and stuff. Yeah. I was like, well,
Patronus.
yeah. Yep. So well, hopefully, you know, people that do play it, they enjoy it.
What I heard, people are enjoying it.
That's the goal. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
What's the point in doing a game if nobody has fun on it? You know. Like,
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I was playing for years. Was it Marvel Avengers? But like, people bombed on that game so bad. The community pretty much faded, and I think they're discontinuing it October.
Yeah, they're not doing the Captain Marvel. I heard.
Huh?
I heard they're not doing the Captain Marvel expansion for it.
Yeah, it's really no need.
Yeah, we're
Unless
I
it's
think
like-
everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I despise games as a service.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you like this game? Yeah, too bad. Not enough people gave us money. So even though you bought the game, yeah, you don't know.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah. They never did it for the love of the game, man. It's a shame.
I don't know if that's more like an American and European thing than Japanese.
Mhm.
Well, every game that I've worked on, the studios have closed. Like,
Don't let Chris in your studio, man.
well, unfortunately, I left
You
that
setting
awful
studios
one.
on fire?
No, like so. Every game that I worked on was a game as a service, and
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
it's just like you bust your ass for like the 9 months. Dude, we had a 9-month freaking crunch on that Defiance game,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Oh,
had
man.
to coincide with the TV show.
Dude, it was such a good idea, man. It was really a good idea.
Dude, I am so infuriated because there were people that were a lot smarter than me, a lot more experienced. Like there were veterans that I was working. Like I felt like I was standing among the giants,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't allowed to do what they were hired to do. And some of these ideas that I've heard, like, and I listened to it and I'm like, why aren't we doing that? And they just get like immediately shot down because of office politics. Like you weren't the suck up, so your shit isn't worth listening to. And like for example, there's this one guy, Greg, who I swear to God, like he looks younger than me, and he's like probably about a decade and a half older than me. And he was like, "You ever see that show Fringe? Like the Fox show with well, anyways, there's a part in it where in between the commercial breaks they show these like little glyphs. Like it's like, oh, there's a 6-fingered hand, or there's like a skull with a dot in it, or or whatever the symbols are. And then you can go to the website and it's got a little cipher, and you can actually decode what each symbols are, and they represent like alphabetical things or whatever. And you can get like an entire message, like teleported or whatever, from the TV show into the website. So you're looking at 2 portals into this universe. And I was like, that is the coolest idea. And I'm like, I'm like trying to preach it. I'm like, hey, what about this? And didn't want anything to do with it. So the tagline for Defiance was, watch the show, play the game, change the world.
Yes.
And it was the biggest bullshit. Like I felt bad lying to people when we were at Comic-Con and they were like took over Hard Rock Cafe, and I'm like giving them this pitch, and it's like, due to like time zoning and European markets and stuff, we really can't do anything that's like significant between the show and the game. So there was literally no like parity or anything between the two, and the only thing that we had was like a mission or something where the 2 main characters from the show had like a small bit part in like 1 or 2 missions in the game, and it was like, this is stupid. Like who gives a shit about that? Like we could have had it so like, like you're watching the show and in between commercial breaks there were like ciphers or whatever. So there you go. You got the show. You got people who are playing the game a reason to watch the show because there's these like cipher, these glyphs or whatever. And then you go to the website, you decipher it, and it can give you like a code to go to like a specific spot in the map or go to a specific time or whatever and get like a cool item, or like even, you can enter that code and just get the item from the shop, or something to like reward you for like geeking out over it. And they're like, nah, we don't like that idea. And it's like, so then why are people giving a shit about the show and the game connection?
Exactly, yeah. And
Not
that's like,
listening to
your
the fans.
characters will be able to be in the game or be on the show or blah blah blah. And I said, that sounds cool, man. Like, okay. And I was like, this show's weird.
and like, once the game launched and they realized how bad it was, like Angry Joe, like love him or hate him, that guy had the best review of our game, and we're all sitting in the back of the conference room watching it, agreeing with everything he's saying 100%, because he ripped into how it was a bug-ridden mess, and like how he's like, so apparently Taco Bell run the franchise wars, like like all this crap. And we agreed with everything he said, and it was like, so what are we going to do to fix it? And then after it launched, they finally let the people they hired to do what they were hired to do. And then it was like, one day I'm like talking to my boss, and all of a sudden, hey, can you get in the conference room? They need you in the conference room right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk in the conference room and I see HR at the head of the table, and I see a whole shitload of my coworkers all sitting there. And I just roll my eyes and I'm like,
yeah, we all just got laid off.
Damn.
And they do that every it got to the point where like I've seen military brats that have had a more stable childhood than like the kids that worked for these studios. They get moved around all the time because these studios are all fly by night. You know, you bust your ass. You have no work-life balance. You get sick. I've had coworkers die, you know, because of this, and divorces
Over a video game. Damn.
Yeah, over a stupid video game, and you know they work their asses off. And some of them, like this one guy, he's the nicest guy, the most soft-spoken dude ever. He knew more about the engine, our proprietary engine, when we were working on this game, and he was only like a senior designer or whatever. And it's like, dude, you're teaching your lead how to use this thing. Like you're teaching people above you. Like you should be the top banana here. And it's oh, it was just so, and it was all office politics. And God, I'm so glad I'm out of entertainment.
Yeah, it can be stressful. Lots and lots.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Oh,
I was looking forward to that game. I bought it day one. I was like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Do you remember the armor fiasco?
I don't think so.
So if you pre-ordered, it was either if you pre-ordered or you pre-ordered the collector's edition or whatever, you were supposed to get this badass like red armor. And I'm seeing it on the forums. People are like, I got like some weird brown camo armor instead. What the hell is this? So I'm like, I tell the lead, I'm like, hey dude, people are on the forums kind of pissed about this. He's like, yeah, whatever. And so I like went over his head. I went over his helmet and told his boss, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna get a lot of people pissed off over this. And it was just like, oh well, I guess we should do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. Wow.
Well, it's so disheartening when, like, have you ever heard of the term minimum viable product or MVP?
No.
So in software development, they have this concept of minimum viable product, which is what can we get out the door, like, or what bugs can we get away with shipping? And
okay. Basically, how they sell games now.
Yeah, exactly. Like the minimal features, like we got all these awesome plans for all these cool game features, but we're only going to launch with like a quarter of that, and that's your minimum viable product. Okay. And it makes sense from a business perspective because it's like you got to make money, and it's like at what point do the cool features start costing the company money, to get implemented? So we have a minimum viable product, and the keyword there is minimum. And I'm in this meeting, and I'm sitting there, and we're all sitting around the table, all the designers, and we're discussing what content we can carve out of this minimum viable product to use for pre-order bonuses, DLC, and retailer exclusive content. And I'm like, did anybody else not hear the minimal part? Like, we're literally pulling parts out of this product, and it was like, oh, it's just a cosmetic thing here. And it's like, then why even do it? Like, if it's so inconsequential, why are you taking it out? And on-disc DLC it's infuriating when I hear that. Like, well, we got a DLC planned. Then why is all the content already on the disc?
Yeah, Capcom.
Yep.
I think that's what hurt Azura's Wrath so much.
Oh God, yeah. Or Cross Tekken.
Yeah, I mean, Cross Tekken was kind of mediocre to begin with.
Yeah, it was.
But then it was like, you know what I mean? Then it was like, oh, all the characters are on the disc already. You're like, what? Like everybody's on here, all the costumes are on here, like everybody's on here, dude. And then Azura's Wrath, they were like, oh, you want the real ending? You better buy this DLC for $15.
There should be laws against that.
Well, it hurt Capcom for a while, man.
Well, remember, I'm just finding out a year later that what was it, Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3? A lot of planned characters or characters that they had planned on releasing didn't happen because I guess they just stopped supporting the game. Yep. However, a bunch of modders took it upon themselves to bring Ashura into the. It's like palette swaps. Oh yeah. So you got like Ashura, you got freaking Joe Valentine, Resident Evil 1, you got Carnage, and they play fairly different. Even Venom's in the game, and it turns out to be a lot better than that Marvel's Capcom Infinite. That crap was subpar.
I know. I MVC. Oh, is it MVC2? Is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's the classic.
Tornado Claw.
I went back and started playing 1 again, and I think I'm kind of more partial to MVC1.
Oh really?
I think there's less
cheese on it, but the backgrounds I like I don't like the 3D rendered backgrounds. I think the backgrounds were cool. They had like the bottom of the floor of the stages would break, you know, and then they had like when you lost your guy and the other guy came in, they had their own theme that they would play.
Do you want to see something really cool?
Sure.
All right. This is my my little baby. Oh yeah. So, all of the arcades, all the Capcom fighting games.
Sweet.
Oh yeah. So we got like every Street Fighter known to man. So there's the original Street Fighter, then there's Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior, and then Champions Edition, then Hyper Fighting or Turbo, then Super Street Fighter, the new challengers. Then Super Turbo, and then this one that came out, the Anniversary Edition.
Oh yeah,
Hyper Fighting, like that one's pretty sweet. Then we got the Alphas.
I love Alpha, man. Alpha's so good.
Then Street Fighter 3, New Generation, and this game bombed so bad,
dude.
It's crazy.
It was too much Capcom, dude, because that was in the arcade at the same time MVC2 was in the arcade, dude.
Yeah, and I never played that one. I only got on when really heard it get popular until Third Strike.
Yeah, Third Strike is a masterpiece.
Third Strike,
man.
Third Strike is probably might be one of the best Street Fighters around.
Is that Children of the Atom?
What? Yep.
Yeah.
So we got X-Men, we got X-Men versus Street Fighter, which is freaking amazing. It has probably one of the best intros, like True Believers, you know.
Yeah. X-Men versus Street Fighter with Ryu and fucking Cyclops shaking hands. Oh god.
And then Marvel superheroes, then Marvel versus Capcom, and then a bunch of other stuff. But it's like, okay, so where is like the reason why I didn't include what is it? I didn't include Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on that one is because it's actually handled by something called the Naomi hardware.
Yes.
So here we go. We got
I'm surprised, but you got Third Strike, no?
Yeah. Third Strike is actually on the Capcom Play System 3 or CPS 3 board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the reason why they moved over to the Naomi is because Naomi is basically a glorified Dreamcast.
Yes.
And it does all the 3D, like Power Stone here. Welcome to the Power Stone world! What else do I have? There's the Atomus Wave, which was an even beefier version of the like Dreamcast. It's like super. Like this is probably one of my favorite shoot 'em up games of all time. Dolphin.
Is that
Blue.
Dolphin Blue?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That game.
They figured out how to put on a Dreamcast. I know I follow a guy on Facebook. He'll make you a copy, like with art and everything, and you can put it out. You put it in your Dreamcast and play it.
You mean like where are we? Like this? Where are we? Dreamcast. Okay, so Dolphin Blue.
I love that interface. Where did you find that disc image?
I googled.
Nice. Beautiful.
I've been building this in my spare time. But where was it? Dolphin. Oop, there it is. Dolphin Blue. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thomas Wave Dreamcast version.
That's awesome.
You can go in and be like, I got the little shine going on the case.
Wow.
But there's freaking there's some like I would totally buy like if they made like a Dreamcast classic. Like I think the Dreamcast is one of the most underrated masterpiece consoles that it didn't get the love I think a lot of it had to do with two things. The first, it didn't support DVDs, and the second, it didn't have a piracy protection, so people just pirated the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But
Dreamcast is probably Dreamcast is my favorite console of all time.
Yeah,
this is
virtual
amazing.
tennis.
It was so ahead of its time.
I remember playing, Phantasy Star Online for hours.
Oh yeah,
hours playing that online. You know,
have you ever seen? So there's like a whole bunch. So I was a big fan of the original Phantasy Star series on the Master System and the Genesis. But when they went into Phantasy Star Online, like you can get it for the Dreamcast, but there's also a where are we?
There's a version 2, I think, too.
Yeah, they like pimped it out on the GameCube, and there's multiple versions of it. So there's what is it? Is it H? Yeah, it's up here. So there's Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 plus, and then there's Phantasy Star Online 3, the Card Revolution or whatever.
I think that killed it.
Yeah. This
like
was
cards. I don't care about cards. Like what?
Yeah, because this was basically like a glorified sci-fi Diablo. You know, like you go into like dungeons and beat the crap out of stuff. It was freaking awesome.
It was very cool. Love that game.
Man, all the remakes of Resident Evil.
I got some pretty. I love Dreamcast for the shooters too. The shoot 'em ups is probably one of my favorite genres.
Have you ever played? What is it? There's this one Dreamcast game called The Typing of the Dead instead of. Dude,
I remember that game.
Dude, they should put that in schools, man.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, like this game, like this gave me anxiety to play, and because I got all gimpy hands, I do a lot of like hunt and peck typing. But it's taught me not to look down at the keyboard while you type, because every precious moment counts.
Yeah. And they all like the guys have Dreamcasts on their back.
Yeah.
And the thing with the keyboards, like when you see them, like when you play House of the Dead, they have the guns. But when we play Typing of the Dead, they got a Dreamcast on their back with a big oversized like Duracell battery, and then like a rig with the keyboard in front of them, and so you're following around, and it's all the same cutscenes. They just have this thing. Oh, look out! And they're just like. Oh man, hilarious, dude. Yeah, no, I love the Dreamcast. I still have my launch day one, and it's probably one of the few consoles that even though I haven't bought anything in a while, that's one of the things I still collect for, that and the Saturn. And but I will never sell any of my Dreamcast stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're classic. It'd be almost like an heirloom.
I had one that came in. We took a giant PlayStation lot that came in the other day. Man, this thing had like Grandia 2, Alundra 2, Legend of Mana, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. What else did it have? Dragon Valor, like, dude.
Oh, damn,
dude. And there's like 5 games in it. I mean, we paid out the nose for this thing. There's 5 games in it, and one of them is like Something Hearts or Honest Hearts or some kind of. Man, the 5 of the RPGs are still sealed.
Wow.
And man, I'm looking at these, and he had Street Fighter EX plus Alpha 2.
Oh yeah.
And I am just like, nobody ever talks about the Street Fighter plus EX games. I fucking love those games, man.
Oh, darn.
I got those. Where are we? Oops, not in computers. Oops. They are arcades, I believe. Street Fighter in the arcade.
Yeah, they are in the arcade, but I know they came out on the PlayStation stuff too. So you had like Street Fighter, and then you had Akira, who was like another development team. You know, I don't know. Did you ever see those, Rob?
Oh yeah, I played them. We had Street Fighter. Yeah, they had side steps and all that.
Yeah.
Balance Fighter
with all the air combos and juggles and stuff. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, so cool. What's the name? I think air combos, like the full aerial rave thing, started with on Capcom games. I think started with Rival Schools.
Oh yeah,
that was like a fun brawler.
And man, I would say
Project Justice.
Yeah, yep.
I got it. I got Project Justice.
Yes. Oh, nice. And they keep teasing those characters in Street Fighter 5. It's like, come on, man.
Well, they put Akira in it already, which is nice. Yeah. She's a Rival Schools girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, both versions of her too.
Yeah, and really, I figured if Capcom really wanted to just not wait on Marvel to do another Versus series game, make Rival Schools versus Darkstalkers or something, and give them air combos and let them go freaking nuts.
Oh yeah.
But, I think they're more attached to the online MMORPG.
So we have it's by Arika.
Yeah.
So they also did Fighting Layer and Fighting Layer EX.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
because they own their characters, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I gotta get some. So you can see where I still have to get some art. I gotta put on there. The textures.
Let's show off some Dreamcast games. Yeah, we'll make you big.
Well, I'm gonna call this done.
Sounds good, man. I was looking at Chris, Eric's been done for like 20 minutes, man.
Yeah.
You're waiting on us. He's like, I'm going to bed. Forget you. Nerd.
No,
That came out great, man.
Yeah, it did.
Good.
For
Man,
sure,
the
I'll
furries.
do some details later on mine later. But yeah, that came out great. Yeah, that's ready. Boom.
Yeah.
Sell it.
Yes.
man, she's so cute too.
Yeah, that's great.
Button nose.
Yeah, you got that style down pat, man. You almost like,
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
you like, I see the stuff you do, Eric. You're like a chameleon, man. You're like, oh, here's some anime stuff,
Yeah,
here's some
no.
comic stuff, here's some Disney
Yeah.
stuff, here's Scooby Doo. Like, you know, he's just
Your kung fu
adapting
style
styles,
is
man.
mine.
I'm working on the concept art for Merc Made, and Pixel comes back at me, kind of cracking the whip on me. He's like, it needs to look more, you know, I can't put it into words. And so what did I write back? I said, like a J. Scott Campbell or a Michael Turner Hoish, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
with those, you know, with those eyes and stuff. He's like, yeah, that's it. So I like look into some old Michael Turner and Campbell stuff, and I was just like studying the way they do eyes, and came back and he's like, dude, that's so awesome. But I just feel like sometimes I don't have my own style anymore, so it's kind of weird.
Well, it's good to be versatile.
Mhm.
Who
Definitely.
am I?
Who am I?
Well, I mean, even if you look at that stuff too, like I was looking in the lot, in the PlayStation lot, Danger Girl was in it too.
Yeah.
It's nothing but PS1 games. So I'm looking at Danger Girl, and I'm looking at it, it's like it almost looks like a grown-up version of Disney. It's
Yeah,
almost what it
like
looks like.
who's that? Kim Possible? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Campbell does the same for his heads for females. It's the same proportions that Disney uses for their princesses.
Okay.
Like same measurements, only not as exaggerated.
Mm-hmm. Like you could tell, like it looks like saying it the same in the face, same like just the cute button nose. You know what I mean? It's like very like, oh, this is kind of like Disney, like, you know, which is really cool. And I think that's why his style's so like, I think everybody likes it so much because like in the back of their head, it kind of resembles something they grew up with. Everybody watched Disney movies when they were kids. You know, everybody knows Belle and, you know, Jasmine and all that stuff. So, but man, Eric, that came out great, dude.
yeah, it did.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Just like AJ Styles.
Phenomenal.
Speaking of which, I gotta ask, since you're here, are you ready for WrestleMania?
I don't know.
I
was a little disappointed with some of the stuff with Rumble. I kind of tuned out on that one.
Yeah. Well, I kind of had a feeling Cody Rhodes is going to win it since, you know.
He's gotta have the belt around. It's an injustice if Rhodes does not have the belt around his waist soon. So
yeah.
At least it's gonna change things up again, because I can't stand Sami Zayn.
Oh
And I've had enough of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns to last a lifetime. So
Oh god, yeah. Why do they push him so hard? Like he's being booed. Roman Reigns, like people are like,
The Rock's cousin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nepotism.
Still booing that guy?
Yeah,
No,
like,
I mean here and there, because I mean when he went straight heel, like he's had some of the best lines I've ever heard. But now everybody does so much talking for him. He's got Paul Heyman doing the talking for him.
Yeah.
He hardly got to say a damn word.
dude, I was really annoyed by that 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, where they opened it with like a 45-minute like the Bloodline story, where there's just dudes sitting there talking, and they, you know, I heard so the rumor is that they had to cut into the ladies steel cage match because of how long that overran, and I was like, we missed out. Yeah, we missed out on a steel cage match, so these dudes could like sit there and play pretend court. Like,
you're not guilty. Just for what? Just for him to turn his back on Roman Reigns? What, a month and a half later?
Yeah, that was
so fun.
Also the during the Rumble, dude, I thought it was absolutely hilarious when what's his face overshot landing on LA Knight.
Oh man, I was like, bro.
You just see like a chicken foot sticking out of the floor.
Oh, ouch. Oh. I do like the rage out Brock Lesnar had because he got eliminated. I guess I thought he was gonna do more, but you know, That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that what's the name? He's put in his work since he had Imperium, the Ring General, Gunta.
Oh,
Yeah.
He reminds me of like old school along the lines of like Steven Regal, Chris Benoit.
Dude, Steven
Wrestle
Regal was
you
the
to
most.
death.
He was the most underrated wrestler out there. He was one of the greatest heels we had.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Or
sad to
what was
see
it?
him gone.
Not till you get older. When you're young, you're like, nah, man, Scott Steiner, dog. Like, and you get older, you're like, damn, like fucking Ric Flair was carrying that whole match, man. Holy
Yep.
shit.
Yep. Woo!
You're just like, damn, Goldberg couldn't wrestle for shit, dude. What?
Dude, Goldberg is the reason why we didn't have a Bret the Hitman Hart. Like,
No kidding.
you know,
man.
like he ruined that man's. Like, you hear Bret, like, you know, they're like, oh, Bret's whining. It's like the man has every right. Like, his life was cut short by this guy. Like,
Yeah, his title run, right? Didn't he just win the belt?
yeah, he like his career was ended. The man had like strokes and seizures and stuff. And it's like
Yeah, he's riding
he
his bike,
shouldn't have
had a
been
stroke.
wrestling. Yeah, like the whole point of wrestling, like if you're doing your job, everybody goes home okay.
Exactly.
You know? And that guy just shouldn't have been in there. There's like a couple of wrestlers out there that were like physically impressive, but at the same time they had no technical skill and they were hurting people.
Yeah, they couldn't wrestle.
Yeah, I always wondered about that chair shot that Ken Kennedy gave Eddie Guerrero on SmackDown because that after that, they say he died of a heart attack, but I mean that
Blood
chair
clot.
shot was pretty hard.
Yeah.
He was still hurting in the back room. But I think Kennedy, he screwed up enough times where WWE sent him elsewhere, and now he's Mr. Anderson.
Is he still around? I don't know if he's still around.
I think I saw him on AEW once, maybe TNA.
It was on Dark or something.
Yeah,
Man, dude, I'm loving AEW. Those guys remind me of Monday Nitro,
yeah.
like the WCW. Like they're so hungry, and
hmm
I even bought a Jay Briscoe shirt because man, that was
that's
heartbreaking
sad,
to
dude.
hear about that.
sucks, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually that FTR match they had, the dog collar match, looked like looked like a slaughterhouse when they were done with it. It was just blood everywhere. I'm like, I hope nobody else has to see.
Yeah. This
Man,
is wrestling,
that
so
and-
probably.
Not only that, but I know this makes me sound like a total pig, but like the ladies of AEW are so hot, dude.
Jade Carter-Gill,
Oh my god, why is she not
Yeah.
Storm? Marvel,
I
get
mean,
on
she-
this.
Right?
she looked the part. I think
Yep.
she would probably intimidate the rest of the cast.
Dude, that is a very gorgeous woman too. And
Yeah.
I'm not into the whole muscle mommy thing, but
Yeah.
like she's like her fate, like she's
Yeah.
a child psychologist and stuff. It's like, okay.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
freaking Jade. And then what else was there? So they had this one match. It was like my dream match. Like I sometimes stream with this guy, Angelus Draven. He has a channel on here and we do wrestling stuff. And we're watching this one and it was like, what would your dream match be? And I was like, Sky Blue and Jade Cargill just wrestling because I think Sky Blue has the greatest ass in the world. And like that happened and I was like, oh like, I'll be in my bunk. Because like goddamn man, like honestly it's like what's his face there, Tony Khan is like, okay, we gotta plumb the depths of like the hottest like supermodels or the hottest chicks ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put them in the ring, like, and these chicks are tough, dude. Like the bunny, we watched a backyard like a thumbtack match and this gorgeous woman getting messed up by thumbtacks and I'm like, I'm kind of turned on.
Yeah, like what's her name? Freaking the dentist, Britt Baker.
Yeah, Britt Baker. Oh,
Bloody matches, man. I was
She trained. I think she might be from the Midwest or
oh yeah.
the Sky Blue. Yeah, she
Okay.
goes and trains with. There was a guy I trained with, Doug Simmons, who runs a little gym, and he trains people every so often. And he's always posting pictures with her.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
damn. Nice.
That guy's gimmick was dope. Like he did like stuff on the Indies, Chicago and stuff. Did a couple of darks and stuff, but he had a gimmick called Deuce Tray. You know, it's the blackest. They introduced him as he's a white guy. They introduced him as the blackest man in Africa, and he would come up and he wore the shiki, one of the African hats.
Oh my god!
He'd wrestle the whole time with the hat on. It was great.
That's my pimpin' name, WCW, the White Chocolate Warrior. I'm trying the flavor without the color.
See, man, WCW has so much, especially before the NWO days, which those were fun too. But they had so much talent that were hungry. I mean, I know Luther Reigns. He came out of the power plant, and he really started getting his push. And was it WWE when he was beefing with Undertaker and talking smack to Big Show? Great mic skills, you know. But you know, it was so much talent and international talent in WCW.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what will always make WWF. That will always keep them in check, having healthy competition like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen. Oh, what is
Let's
it?
also have another place for people to go to too. I think that's always like, you know, you always have that. Well, they better do good, or we better treat them right, because
dude,
there's an option. There's option B. You know what I mean? And I think once WWE owned everything, I feel like that was probably like the darkest time for like mainstream pro wrestling. And I think like it allowed the indies, you know, to flourish, like stuff like Ring of Honor, and even like Chikara was doing very well because they were gonna make something different. Yeah, TNA was doing everything different, and I loved it. Then Hogan came and took away the 6-sided ring and just made him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
no, that's it. When they lost their ring, that's when that totally went down the crapper.
And it's just like, what's special about you, yoink? It's like, oh, well, that's stupid.
Dude, as a check what this was one of the last drawings I did before my hands got all messed up. But when I was working on the Defiance game, one of the guys that came over from THQ, because we had the mass layoffs. And so we got a whole bunch of talented THQ guys, and I made this poster for him because he's like, oh yeah, the latest wrestling game, we made Shockmaster like an Easter egg, like secret character or whatever. And I'm like, who the hell's Shockmaster? And he's like, oh, you didn't know? And he like sent me the link. And dude, I sat there for like, he thought I was like in pain because I sat there for like 10 minutes straight. My eyes were clenched shut. My mouth was wide open, and I was beet red. I was laughing so hard when the bedazzled tugboat in a bedazzled stormtrooper outfit crashed through the wall, and his helmet fell off. And Arn Anderson's voice was like, "You're one of this vicious." You know? And he's wearing a trash bag, and he's like, "The Shockmaster is the greatest guy in the world." So I gave him the Shocker hand symbol. And he's bursting through the wall like Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, you know. And like this was in his freaking cube for the longest time.
Oh my god, that's a classic piece right there.
That poor guy, that poor dude, man. Like they give this gimmick, and they're like, "All right, man, you're gonna have a stormtrooper helmet with a fuzzy." It's like a sleeveless fuzzy trench coat, like it was like fur or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a trash bag. I thought it was like a black hefty shit sack with sleeves.
No, it's like fur or something.
This is my contribution to the Shockmaster.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what can we throw around? Let's just throw a bunch of shit together, and here's Shockmaster, and it's like,
look at Sting.
They had to. I mean, how much money you think they spent on? They probably spent all their budget on RoboCop.
Oh god, when his costume fell apart on the way to the ring.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know, how do you do this to not get sued? I'm confused.
Like that is literally. That is a stormtrooper helmet. Like
he takes that from Comic-Con and he puts it on. He does pictures and he loves it.
Oh yeah,
he dazzles it.
Dude, that's cool as hell, dude.
Fred Ottman there.
It kept him relevant for the longest time.
Yeah, that's
What
awesome.
he's most known for, like remembered fondly for.
Yeah, not Tugboat or Typhoon or any of that stuff. No, not the natural disasters. No, we want to remember the Shockmaster.
Yeah,
Shockmaster.
And that was crazy too, because like back in the '80s when they would like rebrand a character,
like rebrand somebody and like rebrand them, like you wouldn't know, like you didn't know, like Repo Man was that Axe from Demolition or he was one of the Demolition guys. Like you would never know that it was the same guy. Like they just would like change that, put some face paint on him, and all right, here you go. You're totally, who's this guy? He's awesome. Like you think he's like a new dude, and he's been like 3 different gimmicks.
Well, as much as everybody laughs at Sid Vicious, you know, for shitting himself and like, if I had half the brain, you know, and all that, like. That guy deserved an Oscar for not laughing his ass off when Ottman did the Kool-Aid Man as Shockmaster, and like you could see Arn Anderson in the background. You want a piece of me, Sid Vicious? And he's like got this like, oh, I'm gonna take you down. I'm like, how did you not laugh? Yeah, he puts his helmet on sideways and he's like trying to shake his head back into position.
Hey. With Psycho Sid,
like had he not tripped and they went forward with the match.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What was he? I think I remember seeing when Dusty Rhodes was talking about it, and they did the wall, right?
Yep.
But it was too flimsy, so then they put like a board on the bottom. And you can't see, you can't see below. You know, you only see so far down when you're wearing the Stormtrooper helmet. So of course he goes to, he has to bust through the wall. So now he's not walking, so he has to like kind of get momentum, and then there's a freaking board there. So poor guy was
like extreme eliminated challenge. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That. I don't know. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Like seriously, like I thought I gave myself a stroke at one point because he's like going. He's like, oh, you didn't know, and then he's like playing the video, and it's that one you just described where Dusty Rhodes is recanting the story about it or whatever. And it was just like apparently Ottman calls up like right after the segment ends, and he's like calls up the Runnels house, and he's like, I did a bad one, didn't I? It's like, yeah, we got to retool this one. He came back as a special needs carpenter or electrician named the Shockmaster, who's like klutz and accident prone. They were trying to like write it into the story. Yeah. It's like, did he actually wrestle? Like,
yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know he wrestled. Like, I remember seeing a picture of him. He's like blue and white, with the, like hard hat and stuff on. Yeah.
That poor guy. Like, honestly, like, they're all wrestling's fake, dude. Wrestlers are the hardest working people in any business, hands down.
No off season,
absolutely.
Charlie.
Man.
That's the thing too. It's like a real worker, like a real wrestler, would like lean into it. Oh, this is working. All right, here we go.
Yeah. What piece of me?
That's an awesome piece, Eric. That's awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
Like,
oh yeah.
Suckers gotta know.
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no desire to watch anymore. I can't get into it anymore.
I still love the storytelling aspect. I think I appreciate that more, even though some of the best stories, were of course back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And
all the greats.
Yeah. If Brock Lesnar brings another monster truck or construction vehicle to bring, I'll laugh.
Yeah.
I'll laugh.
Do you remember when Hulk Hogan couldn't drive the Undertaker's motorcycle? And he's like trying to drive it away. And he kept stalling it out.
Undertaker's like, no, man. No, he's coming. He's like trying to sell it. And Hogan's like, oh, shit.
You're flooding it.
Oh my God.
He's like, oh, I gotta get this shit fixed. Oh God. He's coming up the ramp to get me any moment now. Oh no.
Look at Austin Powers scene. No.
Ironically, what was it? It was on that 30th anniversary of Raw, where Taker and Bray Wyatt were in the same ring.
Oh yeah.
And, Taker gave him some, I guess, words of wisdom, which nobody heard. And he came out as the American Badass. He rode the bike.
Hell yeah.
So when he parked the bike, he had trouble, cutting it off or something.
Yeah.
It took him like a good 20 seconds, and then him trying to leave, that took him another good 30 seconds. Bray Wyatt was looking over, kind of concerned, like.
Should we get the orderlies?
Can this old man drive this bike? Like, all
This
right,
little
man.
rascal.
Yeah, he went around that ring pretty damn slow, man. I saw that part. I was like, ooh, man, this is...
I'd rather have him do that than plow into the audience.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell he was like, I haven't done this shit in a while. Okay. Don't go too fast.
Dude, that was so sad though, seeing all the old wrestlers. Like they had like Shawn Michaels there, the Heartbreak Kid, and he looks like a melted raisin.
Yeah. He's cross-eyed. I was like, damn, when did that happen? HBK.
Yeah.
And then they faked like they were about to say, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the bat, and they looked over. It was Kurt Angle. Yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, that's another guy. That man, Kurt Angle, dude. He's wrestling forever, man. Is he still?
Yeah.
He quit? Did he quit for real? Because I know he says I'm
Oh
retired.
yeah, he retired.
Yeah, he's
Freaking
officially
Baron
retired.
Corbin
Yeah,
retired.
he's like, hey man. Oh
Yeah,
no, Chris.
Oh no.
He vanished.
Well, I guess I don't know how long we're gonna continue, but I guess
No,
quick
we can
sneak
end it.
peek.
Yeah, we
Huh?
can end it. You got anything to show? I mean, usually I just do 2 hours. So
Yeah, quick sneak peek.
Eric's been done for about an hour and a half now.
I figured I'd work on a character somewhat cuddly, but still kind of badass. Switching up, my themes.
Mhm.
I mean, I know how to draw women well, so I know they ain't going nowhere. But I figured, let me have a much more simplistic story in the future to tell and kind of have fun with.
You want me to show this?
Yep, sharing it now. This guy right here.
All right.
I'm still working on him. Call him King Cat.
King Cat.
Yeah.
He's riding a bat. Oh, that's
Cool.
cool.
Yes, and he's fat.
Yeah. He's gonna need a bigger bat, dude.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with this design,
Or
I
it's
figured-
a super tiny bat, which would be hilarious.
yeah.
It'd be
that's
like
true.
half the size, like shh.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm kind of working on something where this cat is like Titan size or something, and he conquers most of the world, but through children, he learns how to be humble and a just king. you know?
Okay.
So I figured
Neat.
lots of cool detail, but simplistic story that's fun.
Oh, poor. Yeah, Chris's internet died. He just messaged
Yeah.
me. He's like, I don't think it's coming back.
Dang.
So,
Oh man,
that's awesome, dude. It's coming out great.
thanks. Of course,
I
it took
love
me
that
forever to
design.
come up with it.
Is that wearing VR goggles or something?
Something kind of like that. I was trying to do like
Okay.
a mesh of, the bat who laughed?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit about that. That's
Yeah.
I
pretty
thought he was
sweet.
wearing a Virtual Boy.
With 4 eyes,
Poor eyes. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
It's really nice design work.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love the
Yeah, I work better when I-
stylism on the nose too.
Huh?
I love the stylism on the nose as well.
Thanks. Yeah, he'll have armor. I'm still thinking about giving him a cape, but instead of a tail, I figured I'd give him like 2 wings of his own. So when he flies, his like rear end is what's keeping him in the air. Something dumb.
Oh, okay.
Something silly. But I figured I have like a little wholesome, funny character.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice to take a break out of, doing serious stuff to mess around and just have some fun. So that's why I think I think I'm gonna do an art book. Then after that, I think I'm gonna do a kid's book. And
Okay.
I already got designs and stuff for that to kind of fit into that.
Yeah.
Into that world.
Yeah,
I
I've
should
been
show
working on a Dinosaur Man kids book. I'm trying to do something kind of like the Wimpy Kid format,
Mhm.
Uh huh.
where it's more of a reading book with spot illustrations.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see if I got you guys handy here.
Mhm.
I'm doing that. I'm doing little gnomes, but I call them ohms because they're little robot guys. Grab my sketchbook.
Nice.
And it goes in inside of and they live in the forest and they fix stuff.
Mhm.
But they also there's a very deep story in terms of the lore of the world because it's like a totally separate thing. Think like something like
like steampunk and like Castle in the Sky kind of put together.
Nice.
So yeah, I've shown this guy quite a few times.
Oh yeah, you can shoot me now.
You know,
I want to start doxing myself.
change the camera.
All right, so that's where he's at. Get him.
There he is. Go kick his ass, Seabass.
We don't like what you've been talking about that AI art. You gonna leave our stuff alone if you know what's good for you.
So this is like one of the little. They're about 3 feet tall, and the little maintenance androids from a time before.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, like,
And they all live in the forest, and so because they fix stuff, what they do is that they fix the forests. So they like bring in, you know, if there's a spot that maybe they have there's a big central forest, and there's another place that they can, you know, farm or something, they'll go and they'll migrate. Some of them will migrate over there, a tribe will migrate over there, and then start building another giant forest by planting seeds. And then, you know, certain seeds bring certain animals. And then you have to have certain, bugs or whatever. So then they'll start transplanting stuff from one forest to the other, and they're creating ecosystems is what they do.
wow.
So the story is like they go like, this is one that's in the desert. So he'll like, you know, they live in the desert. He has this little bird thing that he rides and stuff, which is like a furry bird. So I've shown this stuff before, but this is kind of all part of like the kid's story. You know? And they live in these forests away from people. But if you find them, they fix stuff. But they're machines, but they're alive. They're like little androids, but they're alive. It's like, you know, this whole like this force of nature called the tree mother.
Really cool with watercolors.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna experiment. I'm thinking about doing watercolors, and then maybe not necessarily, and then doing like maybe like a light or dark pencil outline.
Yeah, yeah.
And then doing you know, watercolor on that. Let's make that bigger because my light's kind of washing it out. So this guy, this is gonna be the main character of the book.
okay.
So, and he wears a tree trunk, and his little squirrel buddy lives in the tree trunk that's on his back.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I drew, see if I find the old man one, the old man Ohm. So this entity called the Tree Mother found these guys, and it's kind of like they were the only thing that was left of the old world. And so the Tree Mother found some of these guys that were broken, and she brings them to life.
Wow.
And then they make other ohms and bring them to the Tree Mother. They find other ohms, bring them to the Tree Mother. The Tree Mother brings them back to life with magic.
Nice.
And so then they go and they're pretty much like reestablishing the ecosystem of the world and stuff. So the thing is that where they're at when these giant forests, because the way the world is, you have like pockets of like miasma, you know, which is like, you know, like pretty much like earth gas and stuff like that. That people can't go into the giant forest because they can't survive unless they have like a mask on or something. But they can because they're robots. You know, they're pretty much, you know, robots that are alive. So nobody goes in there and messes with them because nobody really knows that they're there, because nobody can go in there because then they'll die because of the gas.
It's all connected now.
So, you know, so that's the stuff. So it's this character, these characters along with the other ones that I've been drawing, were like the night chicken armor and stuff. She's I don't know if I got her in here. Like her and these other characters, I've been sticking to the same aesthetic. So like these guys, I designed these guys, these stone golems, right?
Oh wow.
Years ago, actually last year I did. These are gonna be around the forests as well. So that's why nobody really goes. There's the gas. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the gas, but I'm definitely gonna have these guys around the forest. And they just look like piles of rocks till people come. And then they form into the golems and shit. So they protect the forests and stuff.
This sounds like a winner, man. You got money there.
Hell yeah.
And then this little girl is part of the same. She's in the same world.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Okay, so you bringing those characters right along.
It's all it's all part of the same world. So I could do a book, I could do a comic book, I can write a novel, I could do a kid's book with these guys. It's all gonna be part of the same thing. But it's not just, you know, these the character, the one with the girl characters is more like an adventure exploration. They're cartographers. They're gonna be like mapping they're out to map the world and stuff. There's like this big push towards exploration in the world due to technology that has been newly discovered. So then they're going to be, doing stuff. That's the adventures that they're going to be going on. But yeah, I like drawing these guys. These guys are really fun.
Yeah, and that's the beauty. Sometimes when you go ahead and just have that time and just knock out a bunch of different designs and kind of see how they develop as you're working on them. That creativity really expands and you build that momentum. So nice. You've been working hard, man.
Yeah, so I finally started writing the kids' book, so I got some text down finally for that,
Sweet.
Okay.
And I figured that'd be kind of easier in terms of like not, because I don't know if I want to do sequential stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to draw something neat and take my time with it, and I don't
Indeed.
want to have to do panels. I'm just like, I don't know.
How long of a book are you looking? Are you looking at something that kids can read, or are you looking for something that adults would read to kids?
I'm thinking something that adults can read to kids, like a bedtime that they would read to them.
Nice.
And maybe something, depending how long it goes. I don't want it to be like too long, but I want it to be read. Maybe it could be read in one sitting, but I don't want it to be too short. So I'm just writing it and see where the story takes me, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, I went and got one of those. It wasn't Diary of the Wimpy Kid. It was another book about that same size or about that thick.
Mm-hmm.
I got it for research, and I was like flipping through. I was like, okay, you got like 2 or 3 pages of story. It's all large print, and then you got an illustration, and you got 2 or 3 more pages of story, and then another illustration. I was like, I'm trying to figure out exactly what that looks like in terms of, because I think they're around a couple hundred pages long.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of what that looks like, as far as like how long of a document to try to get that into a chapter book.
Yeah, my plan is I'm gonna write it however it comes, like whatever the story is gonna be. Then I'll start trimming the fat and then deciding how long it's gonna be.
Good
But
plan.
what really inspired me is not even like reading the books that I read to my daughter. Was like I was watching PTP and them talking about the Masters of the Universe comics, the little ones, and how they would have like a picture at the top and then the text.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
the
Yeah.
picture was awesome. Like the art that they were doing was amazing. It was like watercolored and it was gorgeous. All for a mini comic that came with like an action figure or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a cool idea. Do a nice, beautiful picture at the top, some text at the bottom. Then once in a while they flipped it. They had some text at the top and then the picture at the bottom. And then maybe they have like a 2-page spread, with a gorgeous picture and then some text on the bottom, or maybe alternating something like that. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I think something like that would be cool, or even like PTPs, or like when they do like the Sleepy Hollow picture book, you have a page of text and then you have a beautiful picture on the other side. I think something like that is like really cool, because I think everybody, comics is everybody's doing comics, and I don't know if I want to, like I said, do panel stuff. I think I want to do like here's an awesome piece of art, per page or something like that. I think that's kind of more my speed.
And that frees up more of your time too, to create more stuff with more dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, I got so many stories in my head, man. I just got to write them down, so almost to the point where I'm like, well, I wonder how much it would like cost, or be like, here's my premise, here's my story, and hire somebody to do it for me. Because I have so much stuff in my that I just think about while I'm like just driving to work, at work, or whatever. And it's like, oh, that'd be a neat little comic book. Not that they have to be giant things, but just neat little stories, and do like a little comic, or a little book or something like that, a little 25-page, book. Oh, okay, that would be kind of cool, but not necessarily have everything be connected,
Yeah, like one shots almost.
Yeah, just an adventure. It's an adventure of whatever, So, okay, cool. Oh, that's the premise. That's the story. All right, something like that might be kind of. That's what I'm leaning towards. But first things first, I think I'm gonna cobble together an art book. I'm gonna grab a bunch of my art that I've been working on, put together a neat little book, and then maybe put that on Amazon, because I've been talking to Chris about that and seeing how that works. How does that work? How much do they take? Like, but apparently what he was saying is you get to like pick, like, this is the cover that I want, this is the paper that I want, this is the layout, you get to do everything, and then they do print on demand, which is cool. And he says he's been having success with it. I don't have to stock anything. I don't have to ask anybody for money.
Exactly. It's
I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the same time too, wherever Amazon ships, you can order it. So that takes care of international shipping. I don't have to, charge people $30 to ship a book to Australia. They can just go to Amazon.dingo or whatever the hell they got, and order their, use their didgeridoo and call the, order a book or whatever, and say, UK, all that stuff. So they can just order it from Amazon. So I feel like that's kind of. And then I could order some, or I could have some with me too. Like, oh, cool, yeah, I got a copy. I'll give one away or something. What I mean? I'll do a giveaway, and I could have something physical too.
And if you're a Prime member, free shipping.
Free shipping, yeah. I mean, a lot of people have Prime to begin with too. So it's like everybody uses Amazon. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it's a good spot.
I feel like I'm gonna do that. If that does good, I'd like to do. I found a bunch of my old high school drawings. I like to do a high school art book, and I didn't even know this is possible. But do a high school art book, but in a special way. But I'm not saying it on the stream. I think we should just end it.
All right, yeah.
Let's end the stream. If you guys want to hang out after, that's cool, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and end the string, and then
I should get to sleep too, though.
Yeah, same.
That's not good.
I made it a point this week. I was trying to catch up with everybody. With work and training and stuff, that's had me rather busy, and then I'm about to start going to 12-hour shifts, alternating every other weekend, all that kind of stuff. So look forward to it. I miss having the gun on the hip. So ready for action.
Cool.
But I'll still try to make it in whenever I can. And
whenever you can. Like I said, I got that thread now, and I'm just posting a link there, so everybody's always welcome to pop on in, man.
Yep.
So if you can make it, you make it. Cool, man. No pressure if you don't.
Awesome.
This is true.
I want to thank you guys coming. I want to thank you, Rob, for you coming. Eric, you coming in. Also, Chris Fisk stopped in too and got booted. But then Hocky came, and I think everybody's art came out really good. You guys did a great job. And hopefully, if you guys can join me next week, that'd be awesome too. Like I said, I'm dropping that link, and anybody can come on in. So. But again, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for everybody that tuned in either now or in the future. Appreciate you guys. If you have a chance, visit mightybotstudio.com. Takes you to all my stuff. Still working on some new merch. So there's a new t-shirt up. I did the punk rock fairy that I did last Wednesday. Colored it, put that on the shirt. That's up there too. And then also we got mugs, pint glasses, working on stickers and stuff like that. So, but again, thank you all. Love you guys. And I'll catch y'all later. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
Hey guys, JBot here. Let me tell you about MightyBotStudio.com. Now, MightyBotStudio.com is a hub for all of my content, including my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. On top of that, we have a MightyBot Studio store where you can go and order yourself a pint glass. You can get a mug. We have multiple hoodies, t-shirts, and hat designs. So make sure if you guys haven't checked it out already, visit MightyBotStudio.com.